Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now it's when we get in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that we were going to be doing the Kevin Samuels broadcast very soon, and today is that day. And let me make this clear at the onset of this broadcast. I hope that you all caught the community tab message, but don't worry, in case you didn't, you're going to hear it from me loud, clear, and live. There will not be any disrespect of this brother's death. There's going to be zero tolerance of that. I don't care if you're a moderator. You don't like this broadcast? This ain't the one for you to even participate in, okay? The second half of this, if you are one of his hardcore supporters, I'm going to be flooding the chat telling a bunch of lies because we're going to discuss the whole unbiased truth over here. We're going to discuss the love. We're going to discuss the hate, and we're going to discuss his legacy, and we're going to do it in a respectful way where nobody's shitting on this man's death. Because, see, a lot of people that, came to find out who the good brother Kevin Samuels was, they just caught wind of the brother when he took off and he started becoming popular. But there's a lot more to the history of who Kevin Samuels was online and what he stood for, what he believed in, and we'll get into some of that because what I noticed is a lot of people that don't understand what I just said or are not familiar with the space that he comes from, which is the Black Manosphere, they don't know the half of what I'm about to show. And this is going to be one of the broadcasts that's going to make a lot of things very clear, and it's all going to be easily verifiable. So I hope that everybody understands the tone of the broadcast. Salute to the sister, Sakina Collins, for the cash. Yeah, thank you very much, my sister. But I'm going to say it one more time. Just in case nobody understood that, if you come over here being disrespectful and wishing death on that brother or mocking him in death, I will permanently ban you from my channel. I don't care if you're a moderator. And if you one of his supporters, once the truth starts being told about certain things that people had issue with, you're not going to come over here trolling. Okay? I'm just saying it more than one time so that we're all clear on this. All right? Now, let me go ahead and say this at the onset of the broadcast, but what I'm going to speak on briefly here is going to be proven. With the brother Kevin Samuels, a lot of people did not understand why a lot of people had a lot of hate for him. We'll just start there. Part of the issue on the men's side, we're going to get into that too. Some of the content creators that it's true, Kevin borrowed things from. Some people say stolen or whatever. It's really a lot of them that say that. It's not a whole lot of them. You can really count the guys that he did that from on one hand because, you could remember, those of us that have been around these spaces from the beginning could remember seeing the brother in the chat rooms. He was frequent over there. Sometimes he would call the people's program. And what Kevin did, whether you could say he was inspired. Now, there's one person that he took a lot of his stuff from that he was outright trolling. Okay, we'll get into that later. But what he did, though, even though he took those things from those different people, some in the manosphere and one person that wasn't in the manosphere, what made the things unique, even though he didn't really come up with a lot of those talking points himself, what made it unique with his program was the guests that Kevin was able to attract on his program, okay? A lot of people were comfortable coming over there that wouldn't have been comfortable coming to a lot of different places. And what made him unique, even though his talking points wouldn't, a lot of them wouldn't, I ain't gonna say everything. What made him unique was the way he interacted with the people. Whether you agree, disagree, controversial or not, he was a unique figure in that aspect. So we're gonna get into some of that. And the brother passed May 5th, 2022. I'm going to say this. I disagree with not so much a lot of what he was saying. I disagree with some of the more political stances the brother had. Now, he didn't really talk about that a lot on his channel. He talked about it on other people's channel. We're going to get into that later in the broadcast because everything I say, I'm going to show you so you can see it and hear it for yourself. Nothing's been edited. Ain't gonna be no taking nothing out of context. So y'all, anybody that tries it over here, you must not know where you're at if you try. Because I don't make up stuff on people. I don't put words in people's mouths. The purpose of me doing this broadcast is initially I remember when the brother passed, And we're going to discuss that despicable display of people celebrating a man's death because you didn't like something he said. He didn't do nothing to you. You didn't like something he said. So you wish death on the brother. We'll get into that, though. The reason I want to do this broadcast, I'm going to clear up a lot of the misconceptions because, like, for the people that hated Kevin, they just made up anything. Now, that's something I find very despicable. I don't know what kind of family most people grew up in, but I grew up in a family where just because you have a disagreement with somebody, or if you don't, if you don't like somebody, you hate their guts, whatever, you shouldn't lie on the person. It's one thing to critique somebody. It's one thing to call somebody out if you say there's a falsehood, but it's another altogether when you just start lying. And to me, when you lie, you lose credibility, okay? So that's half of those people, a lot of them would be women that felt that way and started lying on him. And then some of those same people, as soon as his brother, before he was even cold in the ground, they stole his entire, broadcast style and his talking points. Oh, we're going to get in there. Oh, we're going to be thorough here. We're going to have to name names because with the history of Kevin Samuels, you can't really explain these types of things without mentioning certain names, okay? Now, on the men's side of the game, a lot of people that, he borrowed or stole, whatever some people want to say, talking points from, they was pissed off and livid because like a lot of them have been saying these types of things for years, but they wasn't able to garner the audience that Kevin garnered, okay? They wasn't. That's just the long and short of it. That's the truth. Whether you think he took stuff, don't think he took stuff, the bottom line is he took and put his spin on those things and was able to gather an audience that most people was not able to gather. Okay, so a lot of people felt a certain way about that. And I can't blame them, rightly so. I mean, hey, if you've been doing something for a long time and you didn't get the traction out of it, then here comes somebody that was a student of yours in a sense because you saw them in your chat rooms and, they called into your program and then they catch off like wildfire. I can understand somebody feeling a certain type of way about that. And we're going to get into something that's going to surprise you all too, because when we discuss his history, a lot of y'all probably think Kevin started out talking about the things he was talking about before he passed, and that's really not the case. We're going to shock you tonight. We're going to get some facts going here, and we're going to clear up a lot of misconceptions tonight. I think this is going to be a good broadcast for a lot of people that have a lot of misunderstandings about things or have believed outright lies told on somebody after they pass and they're not here to defend themselves. We're going to get it straight over here. I'm one of the types of people where I've gotten my respect from in these different spaces is they be like, okay, I don't agree with that brother. Some people agree with things I say. Some people like, I like the brother. I can't stand the brother. But one thing all of them will say is he don't make up no lies on nobody. This platform will not be a platform built off telling lies, okay? I'll leave that to other people to do for clicks and views. This platform, no matter what I cover, the subject matter, whether you agree or disagree, is going to be based around verifiable facts and the truth, all right? Just letting you know what type of broadcast is going to be. A lot of y'all going to learn some things. It's going to shock you because we're going to really have to go deep dive into a lot of the brother's history in his short time that a lot of people was familiar with him, okay? So I hope that everybody that joins us for this broadcast will mind their manners and be adults on either end of the spectrum, because when I tell you that there will be zero tolerance, I mean that, okay? I'm talking on both ends. Whether you a person that hated Kevin, just don't click over here then. If you're a person that loved him, you ain't going to be lying over here either, okay? So I'm just giving it to you on both ends. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me greet my esteemed guests that I see joining us in the building over here tonight. I see the good sister Patricia Jenkins. I see the sister Devin Haley. No longer asleep. Okay, I like that name. That's what I'm talking about. A little country lamb in the building. I see Mrs. L. Salute to you and your household, good sister. I see Key Prince in the building. My good brother Sylvan Scales is joining us. Only Pamela's Way is in here. All right, my good brother, number one killer from the Chi-Town up there. What's going on, my brother? I hope everything's well with you. I see my brother still Kevin Trees in the building. Another Kevin in here. That's what I'm talking about. I see Demetrius Shepard in the building. Let's see. Andre Jones, what's going on? And I see the sister Cheryl Bryant. All right. So moderators, as the broadcast goes on, remind those coming in of what I said, okay? Because you know me, if I have to address it, I ain't gonna go back and forth like my great grandfather used to say. I ain't finna play tennis with you, son. Okay? All right. So now, of course, we got to get things started with a good old sponsor, though. Oh, yeah, it's sponsor time. It is sponsor time, sponsor time. If you've had a bad day, everything been going wrong, you want to about to choke them folks on your job or what have you, I hope you didn't, because I don't want to have to be paying nobody bill money that I know. Getting you no lawyer, you know what I'm saying? We need everybody free out here to go about the business of black empowerment and taking care of their family. But we going to give you a good laugh, and hopefully this will keep you from going to your job tomorrow and choking somebody, all right? Now, for those of you that are aware how my YouTube short section works, you know that's where I tend to put more of the more lighthearted content over there. I have education stuff over there as well, but from time to time, I will find certain things that are quite interesting, okay? Interesting from around the interwebs, or as some people like to say, Beyonce knows internet. And I have to put my own take on certain things, or sometimes I just present them as they are because I think my audience would enjoy it. So without further ado, since it's the summertime, got to introduce you to a couple of summer jams that everybody's going to like, okay? Now, with that said, let's get into it.
To be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus Puppy trying to see me, we hearts are ripped. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some hard ass bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at them fools. You know the rules. Little Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now leave the seats. Lil' Kim, don't fuck around with real G's. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets. So fuck peace, I'll let them niggas know it's on for life. Don't let the west side ride tonight. Bad boy murdered, old wax and kill. Fuck with me and get your caps and pills. You know, see, grab your blocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Oh, who shot me but your folks didn't finish? Now you about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, I hit him on a menace. Nigga, I hit him.
You can find me in the club, a bottle full of bub. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're into getting rough. Go shawty, it's your birthday, we're gonna party like it's your birthday. When I pull out out front, you see the bands on the dubs. When I roll 20 deep, it's 20 nights in the club. My flow, my show brought me the dough that bought all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels, and tight-fitting jeans.
What the hell did you just say?
What the hell is that? What the hell is this? What the hell?
Oh man, listen, man. Sometimes I just find stuff. I'm like, yeah, I got to bring this to my audience, man. See, I bet y'all didn't never heard that 50s remix of the Paco here. Boy, this AI is something different, boy. Boy, people couldn't fool that AI. And then you know him as 50 Cent. Nah, the country remix, he's Conway 50. Okay, not Conway 20, Conway 50. Oh yeah, see, I see y'all laughing. Listen, man, I tell you, we got to laugh in these crazy times that Jim Crow Joe Biden and them damn accursed Democrats got us in, man. It's healthy to get those laughs out, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, now we got the sponsorship out the way. We're gonna go ahead and get into discussing the meat of our subject matter here tonight. Hey man, listen, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I gotta before we get into that, I salute to the good brother Seven Skills. Man, you know that meme that I stole from your ex, man? You know what I'm finna do, right? we got another Children of the Chalk character. I'll unveil that the next Children of the Chalk series, because we're gonna get into those demented, demonic Roman emperors, Caligula and Nero over there next. But just know I'm gonna have a new Children of the Chalk mascot, since the white supremacists, they don't troll my channel no more, but they crying about that Children of the Chalk series in my email. But oh my God, this is all you do is show. I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing about showing your people in a bad light, because that's all the mainstream media do to Black America. You don't show nothing good about Black America. I mean, it's like pulling teeth to get them to say anything good about our people. So that Children of the Chalk series, we gonna keep riding with that. I told you, we finna start going back into your clan ancestors' history. We're gonna go around the world with it. Cause see, if you never would have came over on this channel during Black History Month trying to be disrespected, I would have left you alone. Since you wanted my attention, now you gonna get it. I'm finna christen your ass with a new mascot too. Oh boy, wait till y'all see the foolishness I done come up with. However, I digress. We got to go ahead and get into discussing our brother Kevin Samuels. And before we do that, I want to take care of a bit of housekeeping. I already did this on Patreon, so y'all probably already know what I'm about to say here, but we got to pull something up, and I think it's apropos that we do it, discussing this broadcast. Okay, so now, directing your attention to the screen here, if you see this post, everybody's familiar with this quote. We're going to read it together, and then I'm going to make a point about that a lot of people are too cowardly to say, but I'm not going to be cowardly enough to say it. Now, the quote reads by the Honorable Malcolm X. This was stated in 1962, before the brother died. The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. The most neglected person in America is the Black woman. End quote. Now, at the time that Brother Malcolm was alive, this was absolutely correct. This was absolutely correct. However, when you fast forward to today, there must be some adjustments made to that statement. And I'm pretty sure if our elder had lived to 2024, he himself would have made amendments to that. Okay, because see, a lot of people that use this quote, men and women alike, okay, they've done something that I find very disrespectful when it comes to any of our grandmaster teachers and icons. A lot of the people, and these are Black people that do this, have misused this quote the same way that white folks misuse Martin Luther King's quote and take his quotes out of context. Let me tell you something. The most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in Black America today is the Black child. That's who's the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected today. Let me tell you something. This statement right here, at the time in the 60s, it was true, because I'm not going to put this on all our sisters. You know, I don't make blanket statements on this channel. But at that time, our women, the greater majority of them, carried themselves with respect, dignity, and pride. And they were worthy of being protected and not being disrespected or neglected. Today, Malcolm will have to address, even though it's not the entire community, it's enough of the community to be a problem. Today, Malcolm would have to address those that disrespect themselves, that put themselves in positions to be unprotected and won't listen to their natural protectors, which are Black men, so that you can be protected. And then when it comes to neglected, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said this correctly herself when she was talking about if a people can convince you to demean yourself or what have you, you've done their job for them. And unfortunately, today, there's a segment of our women that are, the media is a part of it, but I'm not going to blame the media in its entirety, because when you're a grown adult and you don't have any mental disability or whatever, you make cognizant decisions, okay? There's a difference between a mistake and a bad decision. Mistake, unforeseen occurrence. I've said it many times over the years. A bad decision is a series of thoughts that leads to a choice. Everybody should know me saying that over the years by now. And see, unfortunately, you've got the ones that it applies to, the women that like to misquote Malcolm and try to apply 1962's quote from our Honorable Grandmaster Warrior Scholar to 2024. You're lying by omission, because you're not looking at the current condition of our people in society today. There were no sexy red Suki Hondas and Glorrillas in 1962. But see, again, this all circles back to white supremacy, because it's their media companies. And they're the ones that put these people out there as the face of Black women. And unfortunately, today, there's a segment of sisters that are not like that, that when you try to critique that and call that out, they start defending it. You see what I'm saying? So no, I had to clear that up. That's something right there. I'm gonna start riding down on people misusing Malcolm's quote and taking that out of context without applying modern day society when it comes to some of our women. It wasn't no damn OnlyFans back then. If you would have tried to do something like that, every woman in the community, the greater majority, would have looked at you like you was crazy. See, that there was a such thing as shame back then. Today, it's been promoted and just do whatever you want, and then you still supposed to get the same respect as women that don't disrespect themselves. And I'm here to tell you right now, no the hell you're not entitled to that. I'm not going to give you out here on OnlyFans the same respect that I would a sister that's upstanding in the community, that's going to school, trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something productive in the community. No, you don't get to be placed in the same metric of respect as a Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Ida B. Wells, Shahrazad Ali, and so on and so forth. That's two different areas. And those like myself are going to draw the line in the sand on that. No, you're not. You're not going to blur the lines between that. That's not fair to the sisters that actually, you know, stand up and try to carry themselves with some type of integrity and decency and live up to their family name with some type of honor. Okay, so that's just something I've always stood for that. But tonight, I just wanted to go ahead and clear that up because, see, the reason why I'm bringing this up is a lot of what Kevin was saying, that applies to it, okay? That applies to it. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take this down. I just wanted to go ahead and get that off my chest and get that out the way because, see, I'm going to tell you right now, in retrospect, looking back at a lot of what the brother was trying to say, the way he went about doing it, a part of the black manosphere, I'm not going to say all of it, a part of the black manosphere, they bit off what you would call red meat content. In other words, okay, if you say something about these women and get on the women's case and yeah, we're going to come over there, boy, they open their wallets up wide for that. But see, you know what the messed up thing about that is, and we're going to get into this very shortly. A lot of them that made Kevin their champion in the black manosphere, at first, they weren't rocking with that brother like that. Oh, yes, if you are a black manosphere content creator, if you're a person that just watch, you know I'm telling the truth about that if you've been around long enough. They despised Kevin in the beginning when he was introduced, and we're going to get into who introduced Kevin Samuels, because I have to name the names to get this told correctly. A lot of you probably think that O'Shea Duke Jackson introduced Kevin Samuels into the manosphere. No, that's incorrect. We're gonna get into who introduced him. It was a brother named BGS Ilmore that's over there in the manosphere. Okay, black pill content creator. Now, I will get into breaking all that stuff down another time, but we just discussing the facts of Kevin Samuels' origin and, you know, a lot of the misconceptions and a lot of the truths that were told or not told about the brother tonight. Okay, so ain't gonna even go off into the weeds about all that other stuff. We're just sticking to how Kevin came into these spaces. Okay, so without further ado, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you hear from that particular content creator, BGS Ilmore, that I talked to you about, because a lot of y'all probably like, who the hell is that? And those will be the people that are not familiar with the entirety of the black manosphere. And let me go ahead and clear this up off the bat. I don't give a damn what nobody told you or what size platform they got or how long they've been around doing their own broadcasts. The black manosphere is more than just 3 fucking people, okay? Anybody telling you that, they're probably being deliberately facetious or they might be willfully ignorant. You's a damn fool if you believe that, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent. The black manosphere is more than 3 people, okay? We're going to get into that, though. I just wanted to make that clear on the onset, all right? So now with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started letting y'all hear something because it's going to be very important about how Kevin wasn't really received into that space when he was first introduced by BGS, okay? And it's just ironic that a lot of those people that didn't really rock with him in the beginning, as soon as he switched his lane up, and started talking about women, oh boy, now they put him on a pedestal when they really didn't give a fuck about Kevin. Let me say something, man. A lot of them that was complaining about, man, why Kevin ain't put me on? Why he won't shout me out? That was the reason. Kevin wasn't no damn dummy, man. I'm just speaking the truth. You're going to hear the whole truth from somebody over here because, see, I'm not somebody that worshiped the man and put him on a pedestal. Okay. And I'm not somebody that hated his guts, even though I've critiqued him. All right. Critiqued his ideologies. But that's the long and the short of it. And we're going to get into why Kevin made some of them decisions, because it wasn't just personal get back at some of them people. A lot of it, if you looked at where Kevin was trying to go and what he was trying to do, a lot of that space over there with some of their talking points, he was just like, okay, if I'm going to go into these avenues I'm trying to and get this message across to a broader audience, as far as like mainstream audiences on television, it's going to have to be some people I cut short. That's the bottom line. But say what you want, Kevin was a businessman, and he was trying to make a business decision. It wasn't all personal. Some of it was. But as far as like who he cut off, yeah, that's what he was trying to do. Because, see, if you got podcasts, man, where you call them black women, German shepherds, and you making blanket statements without drawing distinction between, okay, I'm talking about this section of women. A lot of them just say black women as a whole. I'm like, okay, you don't see that nowhere in society, because, and a lot of those women with them goofy podcasts in the divestment dummy sector, they do that too. But see, here's the common denominator, whether it's divestment dummies or some of the cornballs in the manosphere, because the whole space ain't like that. It's just too many over there that are. The problem is, if you really just looked at some of that stuff for the more extreme rhetoric on his face and you looked into reality, you would never see that. Because if it was that way, let's say all black women in this country would just fit that narrative. Oh, they ain't worth a damn. You can't be with them, this, that, the third. If that was the case, man, dudes would be batshit crazy. And everybody talk about the passport bro movement. It would be so many men leaving here. I mean, that's just only a small segment of brothers that say, you know what, let me try my luck elsewhere. Okay? You know what I'm saying? If it was really that way, it would be a lot more higher numbers doing that, all right? So I just wanted to go ahead and kind of lay some of the foolishness to rest. But without further ado, I want y'all to take notes on this. I want y'all to hear from BGS himself. He can tell you better than I can about how Kevin was received, and he's going to talk in this audio that you're hearing here about some of the issues and problems that they had with the brother when he came into the space. Because believe it or not, for the women that just like, oh, I hate Kevin, he didn't start out talking about women. And everybody that hears me say this can go and verify this on his channel or ask anybody that's familiar with his content. Kevin started out talking about men's improvement, how to get men up to speed as far as their education, finances, getting jobs, etc. That's what he started out doing, and his fragrance game. And I got to give the brother props on that. He was good friends with the brother Jeff the Style OG. I mean, you'd be hard pressed outside of Jeff the Style OG to find somebody that had as top tier information on different men's fragrances as Kevin. Okay. And for the people that are like, oh, wear no cologne. Okay, well, that's cool. That's you. Some of us like to actually smell good. You know what I'm saying? When we go places, all right? You know what I'm saying? So for the people that want to smell like outside all the time or like ass and corn chips or whatever, you do your thing over there. The rest of us brothers, that's about some grown man business, that know how to switch up our attire to walk into a room. We accent that with a fragrance, okay? So I'm gonna let the brother BGS talk, and I want y'all to pay attention to this, and then we will get further into our broadcast here tonight.
Hey, my more brothers, back again. It's something that I didn't think I would have to do again, because I did it earlier when I introduced Kevin Samuels. Didn't think I'd have to make another video like this, because I thought over time that Kevin would prove himself, which he has. And even back then, a lot of guys didn't take to Kevin because he wasn't, like Grinch says, in their flavor. So recently, I don't know where this has come from. I think it's started to come from the women's side, is that Kevin has been called gay. Now, there's been no proof of it, number one. Number two, a lot of guys think that it is because Kevin is neat. He actually has style. And that's something that has been missing amongst black men for the last 35 years. Because guys like Kevin used to be really, really typical back when I was a young man. You dressed neat, you wore shoes, you wore suits, and that's what you would aspire to. Those guys drove the nice cars. Those guys had all the women. Those guys got all the attention. Back in the day, a lot of the women called them suave guys. The higher class women called them suave guys. And us lower class dudes, we could only aspire because to be like Kevin was very expensive. It still kind of is, but those kind of guys were set apart. But now we have descended so far to that being grimy looking or being rough looking or being thug looking is what we call manly.
Now, I want to pause it right here. We're going to touch on a couple of things the brother BGS said. And salute to the brother Project Leroy for the cash out. Thank you, my good brother. I appreciate that very much. Now, let's deal into some things. I'm going to show y'all how you critique somebody or tell the whole truth about somebody without being disrespectful, okay? BGS is correct. For those that don't know, BGS had I don't know if he still does it or not, but and when he introduced Kevin, BGS had this space called the Coliseum. Okay, that was the name of that space at the time. And, it was a bunch of brothers over there in the Madison where they would get together and talk about different topics, et cetera, et cetera. But, when he brought Kevin around, man, it was clowning the brother. They were saying all kinds of disrespectful stuff. And let's just go ahead and get into it. If you looked at the way the brother Kevin looked back then, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning versus where he transitioned his image to, his mannerisms were what some people would call dainty, okay? We just got to go ahead and keep it a buck. That's what made people start calling Kevin gay and all this other stuff. Now, it turns out, you know what I'm saying, that no, at least until some proof come out, no matter what you thought about his mannerisms, the brother, ain't nobody came out and confirmed nothing. The brother was into women. I could name some names, but, again, like I said, I'm going to keep this very respectful. I'll say this. There's some very attractive women. Well, I'll name one public figure because this is public knowledge. There are others, though. There are some very attractive women that Kevin pulled that a lot of the people talking shit about him, they can't get nowhere close to. We just got to set the record straight. And again, if I'm saying this, I wasn't no Kevin Samuels diehard fan, and I didn't hate the man. What I did, unlike a lot of people that critique Kevin, if I ever had a critique of him, I wouldn't just go watch a portion of his show and then, let me get online and talk shit. No, I would make the time to say, okay, let me hear what the brother's saying. Let me watch the entire episode of broadcast. And then if I have an issue with something, I can at least speak from the standpoint of saying, okay, yeah, I did watch this entire thing to get the full context of what I'm saying. Okay. So that's the type of person I was when it came to me critiquing Kevin. But I'm going to go ahead and say, name one name. He did knock down Brittany Renner, okay? Now I could show proof of that, but I thought about doing that, and I said, you know what? Nah, it's out there for you to find if you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about no sex tape or nothing. Let me be clear in my language. I'm talking about there's proof that, they did have an intimate relationship or what have you. And believe it or not, Kevin, after he knocked it down, he cut her ass off. It was some gangster shit he did now. And see, let me say this. I ain't going to call that person's name. But I remember one person, it's one of the people that he bought a lot of talking points from. There's one person that was just like, if I had a chance to get with Brittany Renner, I'd be going. I'm like, hold up now. I'm laughing because I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, not you now. I'm like, if you got that much critique about his Chelsea boots and, and I ain't gonna lie, I just couldn't get with some of Kevin's fashion. Some of his shit was on point, but when you start wearing the man person the Chelsea boots, I was like, that's not my flavor, okay? But it was some people, man, that were like, I want to get with Brittany. I'm like, hold up now. If you had so much critique about it, you ain't supposed to be wanting none of the women that he was with neither. You know what I'm saying? And that's, look, this is in the history books. I'm not making this up. It'll be easy to verify anything that I tell you over tonight that I don't show you, okay? But I just wanted to go into that. So it wasn't so much that Kevin wore a suit. It wasn't so much, you know what I'm saying, about how he spoke or being clean cut or nothing like that. People was talking about a lot of his mannerisms, certain things, because, for those that didn't know, when Kevin was in high school, he was a part of the pimp squad. Now, that's very unusual for black boys and stuff. And, it's pictures like that if you can find out there, the brother. But, hey, look, I'm like this. When you get to calling people gay and stuff like that, you need to have some proof of that, man. That's a serious offense in Black America as far as amongst men. Okay, that's serious. They're fighting words. We're just gonna be to a heterosexual man, depending on how you saying that shit and who you are. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like, okay, if it's a family member and y'all cracking jokes, most of us don't even play like that. But if it's somebody in your family, y'all just kind of joking around or whatever, all right, you might let that slide. But for a stranger, and see, let me verify something else. A lot of people that were talking shit about Kevin, the dude wasn't no little guy. Kevin was like 6'3", and he was a trained martial artist. So a lot of people probably would have got their ass handed to him. Now, I'm not sure how proficient he was, but that's something I know for a fact. All right. And like I said, we're going to get to the later critiques, but I just wanted to set the record straight on that. So the person, again, if you're just coming in that you're listening to, explain how people treated Kevin when he first brought him into the manosphere is BGS Ilmore, okay? So we're going to go back to the beginnings of stuff that a lot of people didn't talk about or couldn't talk about because they Johnny-come-latelys, you know what I'm saying, as far as catching on to Kevin when he caught fire, so to speak, on the internet. So I'm going to let BGS get back into it, and then we're going to further get into our analysis.
To the point where somebody that is neat, that is clean, that is stylish, is called gay. And I guess it's because all of our women are no longer feminine. So since our women may or may not be feminine anymore or need anymore, and they've gone down to the point where women are, as Grinch puts it, strags, that anybody on the other side has to be feminine, which is something I don't understand. And I don't blame Kevin if Kevin left, because you black dudes are hard-headed. The reason I introduced Kevin, I can't say I brought him over here because he's a grown-ass man. And you can't bring a grown-ass man someplace a grown-ass man doesn't want to go. But I introduced him into my audience is because I had a lot of you guys that were stuck. You were smart, you probably made a lot of money, but you were stuck. You were stuck wearing little boy clothes that you weren't neat, you weren't clean, you weren't polished. And Kevin is the exact person that you need to polish your image, because that's all that was wrong with you. But I still see a lot of you guys who are refusing to go over. You like being stuck. You like being grimy. You like the rough look. And then complain that you can't get any women, when the exact thing that you do need is to follow Kevin's advice. I don't know how many guys individually I had to basically cuss out to follow Kevin's advice and do what he says and follow his instructions. And guess what? Those guys don't complain about anything anymore. They're successful now. They make more money. They get more women. They get more attention. Their life is a hell of a lot better. I know some guys even get more cooperation from their baby mamas because now the baby mamas see them as a different image. Believe you me, image is everything to a woman. You don't believe it? Try it. Try wearing your regular clothes one day and come back in a nice pressed suit with your nails done, with a nice fresh haircut and nice expensive shoes, and see your woman's eyes light up. She'll start to see you in a different way.
Now I'm going to pause it right there because I want to speak to a couple of things that the brother BGS was saying. Now, if you're familiar with me on this particular issue of men's fashion and wardrobe, I don't speak on it a lot, but many of you have heard me say I have levels to my wardrobe, okay? I've been over this before. I'll do it again briefly. Down here in the South, the things we call knock around clothes, you know, the stuff you throw on when you finna cut the grass or you're doing some outside work where you know you got to get dirty. Okay, that's level 1. Gym clothes, stuff like that. Level 2, okay, your regular casual clothes, all right? Your button-down shirts, some nice jeans, okay, press iron or what have you. Then you go up to your like semi-formal attire, all right? It's not a full suit, but hey, you might have a collared shirt, throw on the tie, all right? And then your full formal where you do break out the suits, suited and booted as we call it. There's different levels for that. And see, grown men, as you become older, you understand that, okay, depending on where you're going or what you're trying to do, you dress for an occasion. Let me tell you something. When I go to conduct business or I'm trying to secure a contract with a new client, you know what I'm saying, being that I'm into executive security, that's one of the things I do. That's my wheelhouse. I'm going to go and look the part of the man that owns the company, okay? Yeah, I'm going to be suited and booted most of the time. Now, depending on what type of function it is, you don't always have to do that. But if you're trying to handle business, you're supposed to look like business, okay? And see, you got a lot of people like in that space at the time, because this was years ago when BGS was talking about introducing Kevin, okay? I ain't talking about when he became famous. I'm talking about we going 4 or 5 years back that you hear in this broadcast. This broadcast that you're listening to from BGS is at least 4 years old. So, you know, what he was trying to get a lot of them guys to see that, hey, man, listen, dude, some of y'all running around here like little 14-year-old kids, and they got stuck like he was talking about and not transitioning past that. Now, unfortunately, a lot of them, you could tell they probably didn't have their fathers, or if they did, they didn't have a father that taught them that a part of manhood is looking like a grown man. As you get older, you're supposed to transition with your wardrobe. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wearing, you know, sneakers, sweats, stuff like that. We all got that in our closet, but there's a time and a place for that. I'll say it this way. If you're a grown man and that's all you ever wear, you kind of stuck in a state of arrested development. Now, if that's cool, that's what you want to do, that's your thing. But BGS was trying to talk to them guys and say, hey, man, look, if you're trying to move up in the workplace, get a better job, etc., you're going to have to change that appearance. Appearance is everything, whether you like it or not. Unless people are blind, the first thing that gives somebody an impression of you before they get to talk to you is how you look. That's men and women, okay? How you look. And then once they get within close proximity to you, is your hygiene on point? Let me tell you something. A lot of people that was overlooking that initial message while they were steady trying to worry about who was in Kevin's bedroom, who wasn't, they was missing the point. It was like, man, look, he was trying to help you improve. Because a lot of them guys that BJ was talking about, I could name names, but I'm not regarding that particular part of this conversation. But they did need the help. I'll put it that way. And he was trying to do them a favor, okay? So now, what happened was Kevin spent a good couple of years trying to reach them guys, trying to talk to them. And what ended up happening was Kevin was like, okay. And I don't blame him because, like, after you've done your cardinal best to help somebody, it get to a point where you say, okay, you know what? I've got a body of work. I've spent a number of years doing this. For the people that want to get that information, it's there for you. It's time for me to move on to something else. Because they was very disrespectful to that brother over there. So that's what he did. So he tried it out a couple of times. I remember one of the first broadcasts that Kevin did, you know, way before he took off like that, where he started kind of introducing the women over there, talking to them or what have you. And yes, I'm going to say it again. Yes, he was using talking points he got from a couple other people. The main 3 people that he got his talking points from, I'm just going to name the names and get it out the way, because it ain't a whole bunch of people, because everybody and their mama jumped up, started saying that he got this for me. He got this for me. No, he didn't. You can name the people on one hand that Kevin really got some stuff from. Jason Black, Tommy Sotomayor, and Angry Man. That's it. That's really the main 3 people. Now, you can add maybe 2 more names in there, you know what I'm saying, where he kind of tried to borrow a little stuff here or there, but it wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying? But those are the main 3 people that Kevin really got a lot of his game from, so to speak. All right? And then he kind of made that stuff his own, all right? So that's the long and short of it. You could throw Brother Tariq in there. He studied a lot of his stuff, but he didn't really try to go into, you know, everything that Tariq was talking about, but I'll definitely put Tariq in there. That's one of the people that, you know what I'm saying, he did kind of study as far as that. But like I said, that's 4 people. Everybody else that was saying that, man, you wasn't even on this dude radar. And you can tell if you listen to him, you can kind of tell if you've been around these spaces long enough where Kevin did kind of borrow this or that from. And some of you probably remember Kevin being in the chat rooms with some of them people that I named, okay? So like I said, we going to clear up all the misconception over here. Let's let it continue.
They say, oh, you clean up well. Women are all about image. Women are way more visual than men are. Don't believe that shit about what they tell you. Women are way more visual than men are. Their nose is way more sensitive than ours. Their sensitivity to color and shape is made way more sensitive than ours. And Kevin knows that. You know who else knows that? Pimps. Now, everybody calls Kevin gay, but the guy I played just before this, Sinful P, has a lot more of what you call gay as far as his mannerisms, but he's a pimp.
Now, I didn't put that part of the video in here because I'm just going to go ahead and see it. And again, that brother there, known as Sinful P, he's deceased now too. Not going to disrespect him, but he had some stuff going on that you can find out about that I was like, nah, I'm not going to put that in here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was familiar with that brother and everything, but if you just going to looking up what he was kind of involved in, I like, nah, you know. But the point that BGS is trying to make, though, Sinful P was a pimp, okay? And, you know, if you were familiar with Sinful P, two things will stand out. If you listened to him talking, you didn't know no better, you probably would have thought the dude was gay, but he wasn't, okay? Not that I know of, that anybody could prove. And the other thing that will stand out about Sinful P, regardless of his situation and his past, he would roast the fuck out your ass. I ain't gonna lie, when that dude was alive, boy, let me tell you something, man. If you want to hear some funny shit, see, I keep telling y'all, I ain't no Johnny come lately to none of these spaces. I'm familiar with how they got started, who beefing with who, for what reason, all of that. Let me tell you something, man. I remember a couple of people that are Sinful P got into it with and was roasting their ass, man. If you know what, I'm gonna see if I can find some of that and just play it and let y'all hear it someday. Cause man, boy, it's out there still for you to see. One of the people, he got into it, I think, with Tommy Sotomayor. You know what? I ain't gonna even start naming all the names. I just have to try to find that. I'll say this. If you ever heard that brother roast somebody, dude, you end up choking if you were trying to drink some. That dude would have snot coming out your nose. He was funny as hell now. I mean, look, that was one of the people, besides Tariq, when he was living, if you would have tried to roast with Sinful P and you didn't know what the hell you were doing, man, he would make a spectacle out your ass. I ain't lying. Look, it's one guy that he was getting on his ass. I ain't gonna call his name. He called this nigga, like, look, let me tell you something. The thing about Sinful P, like I said, and he's deceased now. The thing about him when he was roasting, he wasn't doing all that loud yelling and all that other stuff. He would stay calm and just light your ass up. He was roasting this one dude, man, and he was all on saying, rah, 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 rah. Sinful just laughing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all familiar with him. Y'all know how he was. He called this dude a virtuous woman. I was like, you upsetting, yelling like a virtuous woman. I said, oh my God. Dude, if you see, you know what? I'm going to try to put some of that together and let y'all hear it. I might put it on Patreon or something like that. But that shit was funny. I ain't going to lie, dog. Look, that shit had me laughing so hard, man. I had to leave the damn room, man. Nah, bro. You know that kind of laughter where you could barely breathe when you laughing at some shit? That's how funny you was now. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. I'll put somebody together and let y'all hear it, man. I mean, that nigga was a roast king, man. But, you know, the point that BGS was making is, if you compare Kevin to Sinful P, believe it or not, you really would have thought that Sinful was the gay one and Kevin, you know, compared to Kevin. Because, I mean, a lot of hand mannerisms and the way he was soft-spoken when he talked. And then for the people that are stupid enough to try to say somebody's gay because you wear a suit or you clean dressed or clean cut, that's dumb as hell. I've never understood that. Now, if you get to start talking about certain types of colors somebody wear, or again, the Chelsea boots and the man purses, okay, I can kind of see you making that inference. But just because, you know, somebody's clean cut and well dressed, that ain't got nothing to do with being gay. You really kind of childish if you think that. But anyway, that's the point that he was making. I want y'all to continue to listen because this is the guy that brought Kevin Samuels into like the manosphere space. Let's let it continue.
He gets women to sell their bodies for money. And you won't see one, I can guarantee you won't see one pimp that is not stylish, that doesn't have his nails done, that doesn't have his hair cut, that doesn't wear nice shoes, doesn't wear nice clothes, that is not neat. You won't see one. And I can tell you why Kevin, part of it is because of his personality, because he's a neat dude. I asked him, did he iron his jeans before he went to school? He said, yes. He's the kind of guy that was always neat, always on point. But another reason is the way Kevin presents himself the way he does is because Kevin learned his game from whom? Women. You can tell a dude that learns how to get women from women is because they know exactly how to present themselves. Ask any pimp. Why do you wear the clothes that you wear? Why you smell that the way that you do? Is because they learn their game from a woman. Very few guys can learn how to get women or learn game from women because they don't have the mentality to actually do it. Very few guys can do that. Every guy that I know that presents themselves like Kevin learn their game from women. All pimps learn their game from women. That's a
Now, I would have to kind of disagree with BGS on that. Yes, you can pick up certain things about why women do certain things if you're around them a lot. But as far as the pimps getting their game from the women, no. I strongly disagree with that. That may be the case for some, but not the majority. But let's go into what he was saying about, back when he was asking Kevin about, when he went to school, did he iron his clothes? That's something I have in common with him. See, the family I grew up in, we did not play you coming out the house looking any kind of way so that people could talk bad about your family name. Oh, that's so-and-so barbed up. Look at that wrinkled up shirt. Especially if you got the means to look better. Now, that's one thing if you grew up in a situation where y'all didn't have much and you did the best you could with what you had. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in a household where you got access to an iron, you know what I'm saying? And some soap and water. Let me tell you something. It's an old saying in the South that say you might be poor, but you can always be clean. Huh? So, you know what I'm saying? When you come from that type of upbringing and background, yeah, you're going to always care about your appearance. There's nothing wrong with that as a man. Let me tell you something. Getting a manicure and a pedicure is a health issue. Now, a lot of us can do that at home. You get some nail clippers, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you clean your nails and your toes or what have you. But I ain't gonna sit here and act like I had never gotten a pedicure. You ain't finna paint my toes with no toe polish or no nail polish or no shit like that. That's not gonna happen. But whether you know it or not, your feet, if you don't take care of them, that can cause some serious health issues. So it's nothing wrong with you spending a couple of bucks to go to a professional to get that taken care of and keep that up yourself. Even if you don't do it but like once a month and then you maintain it at home yourself and keep it on the road, like we say, that's good because, man, just look up some of the health issues that can be caused if you don't take care of your feet. They're actually quite serious, to be honest with you. So, like I said, I'm just putting that out there. Now, you got some people, I would never do that. Okay, fine, that's you. Don't do it. There will be some of the same people be having certain health issues, and then they'll wonder, you know what I'm saying, where that came from. Because, see, I'm just saying, man, it's one thing when you a little boy and you don't know no better, you know what I'm saying? You think it's cool to run around dirty or whatever. But by the time you transition really into teenagehood, you know what I'm saying? And then, once you get into your early manhood phase, your 20s, 19, 20, etc. If you trying to pursue women, that's going to have to change, player. Now, if you do stay that way, grimy, bad hygiene, dressing like a kid, and you pull a chick, well, you know, water season's on level where you're going to attract the same thing. I don't know about none of y'all. I would not want to attract a chick that don't keep her hygiene up. I don't play that. If I'm a man and I'm going to keep mine up, you damn sure going to keep yours up. Okay? So, like I said, I understand where BJ was coming from, but, sadly, it's just my conjecture when he introduced Kevin over there with a lot of disrespect that was given him. It wasn't really no hope for a lot of that crowd, man. Now, some of the guys did take his advice, like you said, and they improved, but some of them, look, I'm just be blunt. Because, like, BJ is in what you would call the black pill sector. I'll have to get into that on another broadcast. But some of them were just around spaces where, okay, you're talking shit about women? Here I come. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got to call for all intents and purposes for those that it applies to. Those are a bunch of losers. What Kevin was trying to discuss was how to become a winner if you're not one already. Because hell, ain't nobody going to start out winning, but goddamn it, if you work on it, you can get there. Okay, so that's what his message was at that time. Let's let it continue.
Becoming so effective. The guy that I learned game from, the stuff that I spit to you guys, I learned it from a guy. Guess what? He learned his game from women. He carried himself exactly like Kevin. And he could get a woman undressed in 5 minutes. And I saw him do that multiple times. Now, just because you don't like the way Kevin carries himself, which if you did, you wouldn't be complaining about women. You probably wouldn't be complaining about money either, because those guys make a lot of money. Those guys make sales. Those guys get into elite circles. because those guys can pull, and not just pull regular women. We're talking about high class women. A lot of you guys are upset is because you don't want to change. You're stuck in what you're doing. And nobody says that you have to act like Kevin or carry yourself like Kevin, because that's not you. That's not your style. That's Kevin's style. But the thing is, the elements that Kevin puts together are what you should follow. Just like if you're a basketball player, you may not be quick enough or fast enough to be using crossover dribbles and behind the back dribbles and dribbling through people. You might be a power player. You might be a long distance shooter. You might be a power player. But there's elements of the game that everybody uses.
Now I'm gonna pause it right here because see what a lot of people, this is what I try to do with my platform. I always tell people you can learn something from anybody. And see what handicaps a lot of us in Black America is, whether it's the men or the women, and I blame this on white supremacy too, because it did do a number on our people. That's 50% of the blame. The other 50% is being an adult and learning that, okay, you don't always have to like somebody that you learn from, okay? Even if the person is a coon or whatever you want to call them, you can learn things from people. I've covered over years on my channel. I told y'all, ABL is one of the biggest coons you would ever meet, but he's a very intelligent man. I ain't gonna sit and call the man dumb now. I don't do that. I'll critique many people and say, hey, you know what? This right here, I don't agree with, but this right here, this brother or sister has a point. And you very much welcome there, Project Leroy. Yeah, those are merino wool socks. That's the socks he's talking about. Merino wool socks, briefly aside here, since we're talking about men's fashion. Merino wool socks, family, for those that don't know, they're very comfortable because, like, with your regular socks, it's made out of cotton or whatever, they hold a lot of moisture. And, if you're going to be, in some shoes a long time or what have you, hey, you get that funky foot smell, especially you're not using any type of powder with it. What that merino wool does, and I caution you fellas, if you get you some of these, buy more than one pair, because if you got a wife or you got an old lady and she get her foot in the merino wool socks, they like to wear our stuff, you ain't getting them back. They're very comfortable, okay? Let me tell you, as a retired veteran, on a lot of days when we was out in the field, man, I introduced a lot of guys in my squad that I said, man, this is what we need right here. Trust me, they saved my feet, because one of the things in the military you don't want is to get no damn blisters on your feet, okay? I mean, that's a living hell, but those merino wool socks, very comfortable. So, again, fellas, if you go and get you something like Project Leroy got there, get more than one pair, because your woman gonna take them from him. Just letting you know that right now, just like they take our hoodies. And I also saw when you talking about when he got on Silver the P, got on Hustler and Campbell. Oh my God, I forgot about that one. Oh my God. Boy, that right there, that could be taught in classrooms on how you break somebody down as far as the rules. I ain't gonna get into that. Y'all can find that for yourself. But yeah, that was funny. I just noticed that in the chat. But anyway, what Brother BGS was trying to say here, it was like a lot of them couldn't get over their personal hangups about Kevin, and he wasn't trying to tell them to be like him. He was just saying, hey, you can't be him. First of all, he's his own person. But what he was saying was trying to say, hey, look, the stuff that he's telling you, the basics, if you hadn't already started doing this, just try it out and see if you get different results. If you somebody that's complaining about you're not where you want to be with your finances, if you're somebody that's complaining you're not where you want to be in your social life as far as ladies, okay, if you're doing the same thing and you're not getting the results you want, that clearly means you don't know what you're doing. So maybe it would behoove you to try something different. That's basically all he was trying to tell them guys. But boy, they wouldn't listen. And we're going to get into what happened later on, because boy, let me tell you, like I said again, some of what Kevin did when he cut their asses off, it was business. And some of it was like, okay, motherfucker, now that I'm up, here you come, you want me to shout your name out and all that. He's like, no, I'm cool. Remember, I'm the gay guy. You stay over there where you at. Let's let it continue.
Make themselves effective. Or you might be a little guy and you need post-up skills. So you have to use a different technique. And all this stuff is techniques. But the thing is, you guys are looking at presentation and swag or flavor instead of looking at the elements that he's actually putting out. All the stuff that he does will work. Everybody that has used it reports back that it works. That's how come they keep going back. But the thing is, I wish the guys that actually use it and follow his advice would actually come forward. Now, you had presenters, content creators, you had dimes like C Boogie. C Boogie's a dime. C Boogie reported back that the shit that Kevin does works. C Boogie says they walked through crowds of women and basically all the stuff that Kevin did turned heads. But a lot of you guys are afraid of being successful. That's the problem. And I know what you're thinking because I used to be that way. You're not afraid that it'll work. What you're afraid of is that if it does work, you're going to have to keep it up because you're going to get a reputation. And when you get that reputation, that becomes maintenance.
Now, I want to briefly touch on what he just said because that's very true. A lot of people, they're afraid that if they do take some new advice and it changes things, it's going to take work and effort to maintain that. And that's really all that is, a part of transitioning into proper adulthood or manhood in this case, okay? Let me tell you something. For the people that are thinking like that, you want to stay stuck where you're comfortable at. If you comfortable with just staying the same, and clearly you're not really comfortable, so that would be a misnomer or misuse of words there, because them guys complaining they're not comfortable. But if you just want to stay where you at and you're too afraid to try something new, get outside your semi-comfort zone, shall we say, then, nothing's going to change for you. And then at some point, if somebody comes along, whether it's a man or a woman, that say, hey, look, okay, I recognize what you're talking about. I see that. If you try this, maybe you'll get different results. Nah, I don't want to do that. Every solution that you try to present them is a problem with it. So at some point, people are like, hey, man, don't come around me with that complaining, because you the type of person that's not going to try to do nothing to change your situation. Now, it may be something that you can't change. For example, your height. You can't change, you know what I'm saying, your facial appearance, well, unless you go get surgery or something. But I'm just talking about basic things that you can't change. Okay, cool. You accept those things, and then the things that you can do, you can step your fashion game up. You can step your hygiene and grooming game up. You can step your elocution as far as like your, vocabulary up. You can step your knowledge up. You can step up your social skills. All that's going to take some work, though, if you're not a person that's gifted naturally with those things. So that's kind of what he was trying to tell him. And to be honest with you, the ironic thing is, if you know anything about BGS's philosophy and his history, he's a black pill guy. They should have really stopped to think that, damn, if a black pill dude is telling me this, and usually that philosophy is just like, fuck it, I ain't trying nothing. You know what I'm saying? If a black pill dude is bringing you a guy, because Kevin wasn't a black pill guy, he was just introduced into space by BGS, who is a black pill dude. If he's introducing you somebody to say, okay, try this, this might work for you. I don't want to do that. Gay. Okay, all right, cool, stay where you at then. But we all know what happened later on when Kevin went on where he would be. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. So let it continue.
And you don't want to do that every day. That's all it is. You're comfortable with mediocrity, but you complain about it, just like women do. They're comfortable in their mediocrity. So they complain to deflect it away. They blame somebody else. Because if they actually were successful, and what they did get a lot of women, then the question would be, how come you don't keep it up? And you don't keep it up, it's because that's not you, and you don't want to do that every day, even though it'll get you what you want. Like C Boogie says, the nerve of you niggas. If you don't like the man, leave the man alone. If you don't want to follow his advice, nobody cares. But don't slag the man's name just because you want to dwell in your own mediocrity. That's how come Obsidian calls him Saint Kevin, because he has to be a saint to deal with you Negroes. There's an old saying in the Bible that Jesus said, never cast pearls before swine. And Kevin's been casting pearls. Now, the real dudes, the real niggas that want to improve, pick them pearls up, and they go out and they make money with them. They go out and make use of them. I ain't going to tell you what the other ones do. So which group are you in? That's all I got to say. With that, I'm going to jump off here. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
All right. So I had to go ahead and play that at the onset of this and let you hear from BGS Ilmore. That's who was speaking there, so that you would get an understanding of, like, you know, what it was when he was first introduced into the space by him. All right. I mean, y'all, if y'all heard some of them comments, you be like, ah, damn, bro, how you gonna disrespect that man like that? And he trying to help you. And it'd be one thing if they, and like, let me make this clear too, because some people, knowing some of the history of the manosphere, may ask this question. They might ask, well, was it people that he had beef with? No. He was a virtually unknown person when BGS brought him over there. As soon as they saw what the man looked like, they just started going in on the dude, man. And look, to be honest with you, he didn't really have on no overly sassy looking stuff. To be honest with you, his wardrobe with some of the more questionable stuff we saw Kevin wear, but rest his soul, that came later. If you really had to critique his earlier like wardrobe style, you would just say, okay, he's a preppy type nerd dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what that would have gave you at first. These niggas was going in on this dude like he had some type of personal beef against him. He ain't do nothing to them guys, man, but try to help him. But that's okay though, because see, I'm gonna give you an example and let you hear in Kevin's own words what he was talking about in the beginning, okay? Because again, a lot of people are not familiar with what he was saying when he wasn't talking about women or to women at all, okay? So I want y'all to listen to this, and you know, I want you to hear what he's saying, and then I'll give my take on what he's saying after you finish making his statement.
We know the history of this country. There's not a place in this country where we don't belong. So I walk in everywhere like I belong. If I have the credentials, if I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else has. Let me say that again. If I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else is having. And that's what I want for you to start looking at yourself like you belong. What I see is so many black men who have the ability, the potential. But when even that broadcast I did the other day, I had some guy to get in the comment section talk about, young brother, you know, don't ever think that, you know, you go into these rooms and these people are going to look at you the same. I could give a how these people look at me. I know how I look at myself. All this bougie shit that we feel like other people can have, but we got to have the fucking leftovers and the chitlins of the world. That. You get lobster too. And then you can still go eat a 2-piece and a biscuit. You belong there. Don't give them the comfort of security of your absence. Don't make it easy for them. If they have those kind of limiting beliefs, put your black ass in a room and make them recognize your gangster. Do not self-segregate yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. Take what's yours. Don't ask for it, take it. Once you finally realize this is where your life and you get to make it, then you have to get competitive and then you got to get aggressive. Yeah, you got to get in the fight because they ain't gonna give it to you. Power is not given, it is taken. 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 You can't appeal to somebody's nature or whatever. You take it from them. What I tell you, fighting and f***ing, what are you fighting for? Everything out here has somebody coming from another country to come get their piece of it. You were born here. There is no place here you can't go. So what's stopping you?
All right. So now you heard what the brother Kevin was talking about. This was before he started talking to women. This is when he was primarily trying to basically lift up the self-esteem of black men that he was talking to in the black manosphere. And that's the type of rhetoric they had a problem with, okay? That's the type of rhetoric they had a problem with the brother Kevin, man. Can you imagine somebody getting mad at you because you're trying to help them become better? Now, there's two ways to look at that. If somebody seeks out your advice, then they should be willing to accept what you're giving them. But if it's unsolicited advice and you hear it, even if you didn't ask for it, this is what grown people do. But we talking about men in this case. Grown men and women do this, but we talking about men. A grown person would say, okay, I didn't ask for this advice, but if I hear it and I see that it applies to me, you know what? Let me see if I can make some adjustments based on what this brother's saying. Hell, I ain't got nothing to lose by trying it. That's the way grown folks think, okay? So, and then if you listen to the end of it, you could hear where he got one of Jason Black's quotes, okay, power isn't given, it's taken. So, like I said, for those that's been around, if you just listen to certain content creators, you can kind of tell who they borrow things from. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people are big on you giving them attribution. Other people are like, all right, as long as the message get out there. It's just different. It just depends on who you're talking to, okay? And to answer the good brother AK Sour Guy's question, he said, am I a black belt? Oh, yes, sir. Buddy, I am a 9th degree black belt in ninjutsu and a 4th degree black belt in Shotokan. I might have to post some stuff on either Instagram or Patreon and kind of show some of that. I'm just not a person that brags about himself, but I have to post some of that stuff and show y'all that. But oh yes, listen, man, I have well over 30 years worth of martial arts experience. I'm certified to teach. Okay, on top of that, that's part of my wheelhouse. People that are familiar with me over the years. In addition to being a person that runs an executive security company, I also teach self-defense classes. I mean, you can't come from my background and not be about self-defense. But to answer your question, oh yes, my brother, I believe in peace. But if I have to stomp some meals together and leave people in pieces, I can do that as well. Okay, so yeah, just to answer your question there. But I want to get into this next rarely seen footage right here. A lot of people don't talk about it. It's not rare. It's out there. But for a lot of people that didn't know, and see, this is something that I had a problem with when it comes to people lying on somebody they didn't like. Kevin was a cancer survivor. That's actually confirmed, okay? The man was a cancer survivor. He went into detail about that. As people that knew him, they confirmed that. But this clip that y'all about to listen to right here, this is going to have, something to do with that. And you're not going to believe your ears, but I'll just play it and let you hear it. And then you're going to kind of see, some of the character that the man has. Because, even though I critique a lot of his political views, for those that don't know, Kevin was a conservative, a Republican. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, I critiqued a lot of his ideology regarding that. But a lot of his stuff that he was talking about as far as relationships between men and women, no matter where he got something from, a lot of his content speaks for itself. The lessons are there. It's still up on his channel. But I want y'all to listen to this, okay? Because this is going to really hit home for the brother. And I want you to listen to what he tell this chick right here. Because, see, a lot of the people that, were always trying to critique him and, talk about stuff they didn't like. What I don't like when somebody does that, and I try to do this on my channel if I critique somebody, I'm not going to just give you the negative part or something. I'm going to say, okay, this is the other part that the person, he or she, does, says, or believes in, okay? To keep it balanced, all right? Unless it's just somebody that's like a Candace Owens or, Jason Whitlock, Larry Elder, Jesse E. Peterson, you know what I'm saying? Where you can't really find anything that's honorable to mention. But Kevin wasn't that way. He wasn't an evil man. He didn't hate people, what have you. And I think the reason why a lot of people thought that about the brother is because he was in that black manosphere space where there are some extremist content creators. The main 3 known manosphere people would be Angry Man. That's the guy that really coined the term black manosphere. Okay. Then you had Obsidian. Okay. Now we all know Obsidian is a stomp down. In fact, he's not on YouTube anymore. He's on Rumble. Because, he kind of lost his channel obsessing over this chick named Kimberly Nicole Foster. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion for another day about, critiquing somebody to the point of obsession. What I do, if I critique something, I go ahead and make my points. I try not to get personal with it if I can, and then just move on and leave that there. He just kept going until he got his channel snatched. Then the third person would be O'Shea Duke Jackson. Now, those are the 3 main faces that you would think of when you say manosphere, but is that the only people that would be consist of the manosphere? Hell no. There's plenty of other channels out there. There's plenty of other people that are a part of it. They actually do have their own convention called the Black Manosphere Conclave. I think the next one is coming up in Houston. So, for a lot of people that don't like somebody, just try to make up some shit. The reason why I don't do that, I was taught early on that when you start telling a lie, it destroys your credibility. And then if you get to the point where you believe the lie, now that's a dangerous game to play, because let's just say, I'll give you this analogy. Let's just say you out in the woods somewhere, okay? And let's just say it's a cobra over there or something, or a rattlesnake rather. and you tell yourself that rattlesnake is a damn bunny, and you walk your stupid ass up there and put your hand out to pet that rattlesnake, what's going to happen to you? You might have told yourself and convinced yourself that this rattlesnake is really a bunny, a rabbit, and you go and put your hand out to touch it. Oh, well, you know, you going to learn what happened when you start buying your own lie. It's one thing to tell a lie and have other people believe it. It's another to tell a lie and then you start believing that lie. That's where you become a pathological liar to the point of insanity, okay? But anyway, I'm going to play this clip for y'all, and I want y'all to take notes of what Kevin's about to tell this heifer here, boy, because she off the chain with this.
My husband got sick with cancer, and that changed him, and it changed the dynamics of our marriage. There was nothing that I did not do.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Did he have chemo or radiation?
He had a form of chemo, which is called BCG. It's an injection.
I know.
That,
I know what cancer is. I'm a cancer survivor.
Okay.
Is he in remission?
Yes, he is.
And who filed for divorce?
I did.
Why?
Emotionally, as a partner and a spouse, I was emotionally neglected, and financially, funds began to be withheld from me that would have normally never been an issue.
God almighty. Okay. He was being injected with poison. He was going through quite a bit. So you know what? He's allowed to go through some. Was he on prednisone also?
No.
Okay. Was he on any kind of steroid?
No, he refused.
But he's still injected in poison. Do you have to work? Did you have to work when you were married?
No, but I
No,
chose
you didn't have
to.
to. No. You chose, but you didn't pay no real bills. You didn't have no skills. Knock it off. He was the money. He was the money. See, he actually saved you from yourself. And then when he got sick, are you a Christian?
No.
Where'd you get married?
We got married at a courthouse.
And what vows did you use?
Sickness and in health. So that goes by the general vows. The general vows.
From the Bible.
If that's where they get them from, then yeah.
Well, you know where they get them from. You're a married woman, and you said them. And then when he got sick, you bailed.
No, I did not. But I hear what you're saying.
No, you did. You just don't want to hear it that way.
Man, let me tell you something, dude. See, what a lot of people didn't like about the brother Kevin on his show, when them women jumped over there because they were enamored with, the brother's appearance, and, they saw it. The other thing that drew a lot of women there, let's go into this briefly. The other thing that drew a lot of women over to Kevin's platform, regardless of the critique they were getting, a lot of them was trying to get their 15 minutes of fame by, coming on there, having people see him. And a lot of the dirt bags, like Kendra G, yes, I'm calling you a dirt bag, you heifer, you sit here and waited till that man died, then you stole his entire format. Yeah, I said it. I'm going to name some names when it comes to some of this stuff. Anyway, if they wasn't trying to do that, they was paying attention to the brother's chat room. Now, for those of you that remember when Kevin was living, he was hosting his broadcast over there, his program, it wasn't nothing to see. On the low end, 20,000 people in Kevin's chat room. I think the highest that I saw it, I think I might have saw maybe between 50 and 60,000 people, something like that. He was doing numbers over there, but not just as far as people in his chat room tuning in from all over the world, to be honest. Kevin had some ballers over there super chat. See, let me deal with this right quick. I've critiqued the Black Manosphere, okay, because there's a lot of Sambozos over there. Is the whole space like that? No, but a lot. Enough for you to say it's a problem. One thing them guys aren't. One thing them guys aren't. They not broke, okay? I don't give a fuck who told you what. Let me tell you somebody that's telling you what I know, not what I think. Now, to go ahead and answer the question, I've never been a part of the Black Manosphere, but I'm familiar with a lot of content creators. Some of them are familiar with me. Them brothers are not broke, okay? The little dusty cornballs that, kind of be in their chat room talking shit, that's one thing. But you know what? I'll name a couple of names, whether I agree with their politics or not. I know I'm going to butcher his last name. There's a brother named Ike Ojiamin. Okay, that's a Nigerian guy. He ain't broke, okay? Business owner. Then you will have brothers like Theo Wealth, okay? Now, I don't agree with none of his politics and stuff. Theo is not a broke man. He does very well in the tech sector, okay? Look, it's several names over there that I could name that, you know, a lot of them aren't even really content creators like that either, but they're not broke. So what my point is this: when a lot of women, and women gonna follow where the money is, when they little thirsty asses start looking at them super chats, and it wasn't enough for Kevin, on the low end, Kevin would get $100 super chat. They would hit this brother with $500 super chats, okay? Some people would do it back to back. I'm not pocket watching, I'm just making a point to let you know why a lot of women were over there with a lot of people. Why are women over there? Yeah, well, you know, they were looking in that chat room. And a lot of them were like, well, shit, this is where the motherfuckers with the money at over here. Let me jump on over here and see what I can get. And some of them did hook up with some of them guys because, see, contrary to popular belief, whether you like Kevin or not, Kevin actually did get some people married. He did. You don't have to believe me. This can be very well verified. He had a Facebook group, and he had some people, you know, mingling in there. A lot of people ended up linking up, getting married, or getting engaged. Thanks to him. That's the truth, whether you like him or not. I can critique somebody and tell the truth. I don't have to lie on nobody. This can be verified, all right? So now, when it comes to that statement, that's the reason that a lot of women were over there. And let's get into Kevin's marketing strategy as far as his platform was concerned, because a lot of people didn't understand it. It basically breaks down like this. He knew that a lot of them little incel-minded jackasses over there in them Black Manosphere chats would pay money to hear him talk shit about women, but he wasn't just talking shit. He really did. He was trying to do good in his own way. I honestly believe that, okay? Regardless of whether I agree with his politics or not. But what Kevin did, he said, okay, if I talk shit about these women, this will fund the platform. And, you know, the more that I do it, he kind of took advantage of the ego and vanity of some women, because some came over there, they was trying to build a podcast, Melanie King, yeah, I'm saying your name, and several others. They were like, oh, it's a lot of people over here. If I come over here, people will have their eyes on me, you know what I'm saying? I can start, you know, kind of springboard off of Kevin's success. And a lot of people did that, like parasites. They did, okay? And then some of the women was like, I'm going to go over here and get him told. I'm going to tell you, Kevin, you said this. And some of them, Kevin, I weigh 500 pounds. In fact, I'm the daughter of Yokozuna. I'm counting on your phone. Hold on. Excuse me. I had to finish eating this sandwich. Now I'm calling your phone to get you told about the stuff that you saying about us big mouths and big backs. That's what some of them did. A lot of them called in thinking that they was going to get him told. And ladies, let me tell you something. Let me tell some of y'all something that did call over there, call yourself, I'm going to get him told. Sometimes your mouth works against you, because let's go ahead and put it out this way. If y'all really, for those that say they hate Kevin, before I get into this next clip, for those of you that say, yeah, Big Shirley, that's what he called him. Yup, yeah, that's what he called him, Big Shirley. For those of y'all that say you hated Kevin and you couldn't stand him, to be honest with you, if you wouldn't have called in, he really wouldn't have been able to get the success that he had. A part of his success was your big ass mouth calling in over there, trying to argue with the brother. And a lot of them got made plumb fools of, because you know what he did? Like him or hate him, he was a master of letting them talk, then breaking their bullshit down. Okay? So, you know, I kept telling you, I was like, okay, if you really hate him that much, why you call in? I get him told. No, you're not. No, you're not. And so the more that you called in or whatever, hey, his you know, incel audience, he was like, look, Kevin told you himself, he was a capitalist. So Kevin was like, okay, shit, this the formula. I'm going to keep this shit rolling. You know what I'm saying? And the more I do this and break them down, the more these goofies keep paying me. Okay? That's really kind of what the main strategy was. But see, a lot of women don't never step back to realize that, okay, shit, you know, you actually feeding fuel to the fire. And look, I'm saying that about a lot of people, man. Some women don't understand that you running that mouth causes more problems than solving it. Especially you call yourself trying to argue. See, that arguing, that's power in the world of women. Amongst men, that don't really work too much. In other words, you can be exploited and somebody can make a pretty penny off your ass. And Kevin did that. Again, not pocket watching the man to deal. We're just talking about the facts. So anyway, I'm going to play this next clip here, and I want y'all to listen to what he told this chick. Because, see, we got to discuss why some of the women hated him. Because he, you know, look, a lot of the women that came on that brother's broadcast were full of shit. They really was, okay? And they didn't like being told the truth because in America today, society is set up where you just tell women lies, feed them what they want to hear. And then the sweet spot is if you know, and I'm going to name some names, I don't care who get offended because that's exactly what they do. Your Derek Jacksons, the Ace Metaphors, and the rest of them guys that sit there just, basically they copy the crooked pastors' gift the gab and get women to pay for it. See, think about it before I let this play. In most of these black churches today, the ones that are corrupt, if yours is not like that, I'm not talking about yours, but with the ones where the pastor's sleeping with everybody's wife, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with the men and the women, all kinds of goofiness going on. You don't see a lot of straight black men in there because we're not going to sit in there and pay for you to be blasphemous and make a fool out of us. All them Learjets and fancy suits and jewelry that you see these Pastor Pork Chops and Jack Leg preachers running around in, it's mostly women paying for that. Oh, yeah. Well, come on now. Let's tell the truth. Who's actually paying for that? You ain't a whole bunch of black men in there throwing, you know what I'm saying, they hard-earned money to this damn fraud that's in them churches for the ones that it applies to. I'm not saying all pastors and preachers. Don't y'all come over here throwing holy water in my chat, okay? I'm talking about the ones it applies to. Now, if you see some of these charlatans like Derek Jackson and what have you, they'll study that and say, hell, shit, I can do the same thing, especially what some women consider fairly attractive. And look what Derek Jackson turned out to be. I already broke him down on my broadcast several times. But I want y'all to listen to this, right? Because, see, a lot of people that was trying to say, oh, Kevin was all wrong. No, he wasn't. He wasn't always right, but he wasn't always wrong either. Let this play.
Black men, do you realize this is a black woman who tells you you're not even worth a smile? And that she feels...
I mean, not every last one of them. And yes, if I feel
okay, ma'am, and I take that. So if you are getting abused, jacked up, whatever, what does the random black man owe you?
Now, let me tell you something. That was a small clip from that broadcast. I remember that one because that was the one, man, look, I got to go into this. That was from the broadcast where, the chicks was calling in and Kim was just like, hey, would it kill you just when you out in a social place to, give a black man a smile? And they came with all kind of reasons why they couldn't do that. And someone was outright vehement about it. And you heard what he told her. And look, let me tell you something. A lot of them helpers that celebrated Kevin's death, you really don't understand that was the nail in the coffin for a lot of them guys in the black manosphere space. And a lot of the younger men that were not in the black manosphere space, when they saw that shit, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. When I saw that, I was taken aback. I said, damn. And, it's like, I knew shit was bad, but I never would have thought, you couldn't have made me believe that many women would have celebrated a man's death that didn't physically do nothing to them. You just didn't like what he said. And a lot of shit, he was trying to help you. Let me work retroactive on that point. When you did that, for those that it applies to, what you had, not only in the black manosphere space, but all the people that was influenced by Kevin, they said, you know what? This is where your passport bro movement really sprung up. Because, see, before that, you didn't really hear nothing about passport bros. It was going on, but you didn't hear a lot of people talking about that, right? When they saw that, they were like, a lot of them just wrote all black American women off. And that's not you sisters' fault that didn't do that. I'm just stating the facts of what happened. And then, as far as like the content creators, when they saw that, as much as Kevin did trying to actually tell them women the truth, and actually spent time trying to help them out, and he actually did get some of them engaged and married. When they said, well, damn, if you would do this to somebody that's trying to help you out, shit, it ain't worth it trying to be another Kevin. A lot of guys was trying to do it, but the greater majority said, nah, hell no. You gonna dance on my grave because I tell you something, a harsh truth? Cool, I'll let Kevin have it. I'm gonna say it like this. One, it's not gonna be another Kevin Samuels because you can't emulate who the brother was, but even if there was somebody out there capable, of doing that, now they're looking at it like it's not worth it. Some people like being lied to, even if it's to their detriment. So that's what happened with that. And then that broadcast that I'm talking about, when a lot of them brothers saw how the women was talking about how it was just so much for them to smile at, your fellow counterpart in the black American race, another black man. Now, let's be reasonable about this. If you watch that whole broadcast, he wasn't saying run around like a damn crazy clown with a smile on your face, smiling at any and everybody. What he meant was in a social setting where you're around brothers, just be somewhat friendly. Because I understand that you, as a woman, you wouldn't just walk around smiling at everybody today. That could be dangerous. There's a lot of nutcases out here. But, you know, he was just saying basically. And, oh, yeah, Vivica Fox is finding out the hard way. Yeah, all that shit she talked. Hey, Kevin got the last laugh. I ain't don't even go in on Kevin got the last laugh. Salute to Dom 757 for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. He got the last laugh, and he gonna continue to get it. Cause see, let me tell you who's gonna have the same future of Vivica Fox. You looking at where Brittany Renner is going. Because see, when you that far gone like that Turbo Thought was, yeah, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you another one. Y'all gonna be like, GBS, you crazy, you wildin'. Watch. If she don't make a change in her behavior soon, I'm gonna tell you who else gonna be just like Vivica Fox, 60-something years old, talking about, I was ready to get married now. That ship done sailed. Now, I'm not saying she can't get married, but she ain't gonna get married to the type of man that she thinks she deserves. Cause you know, even looking like that, yes, I said looking like that, she thinks she deserves a man that's 6'8", make $13 million a year. You know what I'm saying? You know the goofiness. That's what she think. Baby, you better settle for a Percy Earl. You better get you a person. She can get her a person now. Look, I'm gonna tell you what Vivica's best shot would be. Since he say, you know, she trying to get married, she wants to find love again. She was already married to this guy named 6ix9ine. That shit didn't work out. We saw what happened with her in 50. Baby, I'm gonna tell you what you better go get you. You better go get you one of these little jackleg preachers or pastors that'll still think that, you know what I'm saying, looking at you like you used to look when you was at, because look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When Vivica was young, she was bad. I'm talking about B-A-double-D bad. Ladies, let me tell you something. One of the things Kevin was trying to tell y'all was secure your man before your prime run out. Don't wait till you get Vivica Fox age and then you thumbing your nose and turning your nose up at everybody because I don't like his shoes. He too short. He too this, he too that. Okay, cool. You keep playing that game. What you don't understand is for the women that applies to, time is steady running. Time is steady running. In the beginning, when the guys are young, we don't have our finances together. We in high school, college. The older guys have the run of the yard because they have the resources that we don't have. But as we get older, the tables turn. You had the run of the yard in your prime in your younger years. The guys have the run of the yard later. Time is really on our side as for the long game when it comes to that. And now she's finding out the hard way. But, you know, hey, listen. I'm going to leave that where it's at. Because like I said, Lori Harvey is going to be headed right where Brittany Renner is going next. And y'all believe it or not, I know you think I'm tripping. Lori Harvey is going to be going where Brittany Renner and Vivica Fox are. It's coming. It's coming. You mark my words, y'all be like, damn, he caught that shit on the head. Because I see it. See, let me say why. Because the men, we get it. Let me make this clear for any young lady that's listening to this that probably don't understand what I'm saying or probably think I'm crazy. My old head don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. The reason why Lori Harvey and Brittany Renner are here where Vivica Fox is, excuse me, is because, sure, they're attractive enough for men to sleep with them. Heterosexual men would look at that like, yeah, I'll hit that if I can get to it. But they're not going to give them their last name because no man wants to be married to a chick that's a known whore. No, you got to think about it. Your family legacy, if you have children with this woman, is going to be attached to that. So, yeah, and see, this is what confused a lot of women, too. That applies to. Let me put that particular category of women that applies to. I want to be clear in my language. They think that if they hop on the dick of a dude that's making millions of dollars or whatever, they think that's their new price range. No, it ain't, baby. Because if you let everybody else do the same thing like that, nah, you just happen to get in the vicinity of a dude that was like, you know what? Yeah, she look good for the moment. I see what she working with, and then after I find out what's going on with it, yeah, you a dime a dozen, been there, done that. And they throw you back out there. And then they be mad as hell. And what happens when they do that, those types of women, now it's all black men fault. these men, this. No, baby, no. You put yourself out there in the game like that and you played yourself. Ain't got nothing to do with everybody. That's the guys that you chose to get used up by. So Vivica Fox is their future. And see, it's a great thing for the younger sisters that hadn't made these foolish mistakes yet, because you get to see it today in real time where you're going. Now, if you want to go there, that's you, but you have a chance to stop that from happening. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's a sad sight to see. It is, bro. And it's like, what's even worse, I'm not gonna go in on Vivica's looks, but I'll say what's worse, when you surround it, and Ebony K. Williams too, because you know she's an old baby mama now. I knew that was coming. When you get to, you know, where Ebony K. Williams and Vivica Fox is, and they're a circle of female friends that surround them, all of them feed their delusion. Don't nobody put them to the side and say, hey, girl, you a hot mess. You need to get your shit together. Read this book. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over here and talk to these married folks so you can find out how to get what you want. No, they just feed each other's delusion. And you see what kind of results you get when that happens, too. See, ladies, let me tell you something, sisters, because I want to see y'all win. I do, for those of you that's got some sense. One thing that's different between men and women, we ain't going to sit around in a circle and just tell each other a bunch of fucking lies. We're not going to do that. If we on the basketball court and it's a dude that's out there and his game suck and he the reason that we lose and we playing 5-on-5, we going to let him know. Everybody ain't going to get around him in a circle like, man, boy, you doing good, boy, keep it up. But no, like, hey, nigga, bro, you can't shoot worth a damn, bro. Hey, look. We gonna put you over here on defense, passing something, man. We got to move you around something. You see what I'm saying? See, men tell each other the truth. That's why we're better at chasing and catching success. I'm not trying to pick on y'all. I'm just telling you what most people want. So now, if you look at the basic world of the average woman of any race, a lot of y'all world today is based on false appearances. Hence a lot of the makeup, the weave, wigs, eyelashes. Think about it. You have one on with the Miss Potato Head package on, talking about, I want a real man. Okay, well, how you gonna get a real man when everything on you is fake? Your hair is fake, your eyebrows fake, your eyelashes is fake, your nails are fake. Everything is fake. Hell, that makeup is witchcraft. Boy, let me tell you something, man. Makeup is supposed to enhance a woman's appearance, not change what you look like altogether. Brothers, y'all better be careful. You better start carrying some damn super soakers so you can, if you got doubts, like, let me blast you in the face with this water gun and knock some of this off. But some of that shit is waterproof, so, and there's that problem. Anyway, I digress. We're going to get into some other things here now involving Kevin, because, see, you know, a lot of people really don't understand that, you know, the stuff that he was talking about when he was right, just accept that as he was right. Take your personal feelings out of it. So we're going to get into some of that, and then I'll give my commentary on some of what we're going to review.
I always wanted to be the guy married with the family, but I married twice. But I always put the failure of my marriage back on me because I wasn't the leader I needed to be.
That's the problem that we have with most of the women that look.
No.
Woman I love, black woman.
No. Now this is on you. I'm not gonna let you put the problem on women. The problem is you picking tigers, or you should be looking for lions. No, okay. You can't do that. I can't allow you to make. I'll call it down the middle. You're going to say that's the problem because black women are this. No, the black women you pick. See, the thing is, you're going to have to compromise on what it is you think you want. Because the mindset don't match with the outcome. She might not look, she may not have stripes. She might not be orange. Lions look different than tigers. You are the person I said at the beginning trying to make a liger, make a lion, or continue to be frustrated.
How was it saying?
Now, for a lot of people like, man, all Kevin did was get on the women. All he did was get on the women. No, that would be a lie right there, because that's one of many things that I saw him do. He used to have on Fridays, he used to have what was called a smoke show. The only requirement he had it if you called in by Zoom, you had to be on camera or show him that you was a real person. Then you could turn your camera off. And he was like, hey, whatever problem you got with me, man, hit me with it. Let's have it out. You saw him tell that dude, because I got to go here with it. What Kevin told that dude, that's one main reason why he didn't fit into the manosphere in the beginning, because he was always like that. He would be like, hey, man, look, if you a dude and you got XYZ issues going on, I don't want to hear that the black women stuff. I've told y'all this for years when it comes to that particular subject matter. Attracting women does not start with the women. It starts with you, the man. Get your shit together before you go out and make a presentation in the world. And then once you get your stuff together, then you're going to start attracting the things that you want. If you're moving and shaking the right way. Okay? Huh? That's what he was trying to tell dude. But see, that's a word called accountability. And see, here's the irony about some, not all of the black manosphere, some. Some of the black manosphere is guilty of what they accuse their detractors over there in the divestment dummy space. That's what I call it. And that is accountability. That's the funny thing about it. They don't realize they're two sides of the same coin because they try to react to things like the women do. And a man is never supposed to say, oh, well, the women did it, I'm going to do it too. No. That's a woman's world. I can't operate in a woman's world. Well, if you Billy Porter, you might have some success. But those of us that are not Billy Porter, we can't operate successfully in a woman's world trying to go about life, making decisions they make, live the way they live, et cetera, et cetera. And you're not going to do that and get respect from other men, okay? So he told the dude right. He was like, hey, man, look, basically you got to get you together. Then you worry about what's going on with the women. Because sadly, a lot of them guys in that space, even up to this day, they still don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? That, like, they used to call in the Kevin show or watch Kevin's show. Yeah, even to get on these women, he gonna get them told. Okay, but did you catch what he was talking about as far as like personal improvement for black men? Did you get that part? But I digress. Here's another reason why Brother Kevin was hated, though, by a lot of these heifers that, Kevin Samuels. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to get into some legitimate reasons why they had issues with him a little bit later. But this one right here, he's telling the truth on this. I don't disagree with nothing he said here. Let's let it continue.
Single mother's child an asset to another man. Come on, accountant.
Only in the legacy that she lives and leaves.
But she's not an asset to me because there's no DNA tied to me. She's 9 years old. That man would be putting into your baby daddy's legacy. I would just be paying it. That's a bad investment.
Ooh.
It's your investment, but I've been a stepfather. I can't go get the money back that I put into my stepson.
But
it's gone. Well, and all the dollars I put into that, even though it was there, I have to accept the fact that it didn't go into my daughter's mouth.
Right.
Because as stepfathers, you have no legal claim. And how many stepchildren, how many times do you see somebody stepping up to get the ticket an award and they want to say, I thank my stepdaddy. They always thank their stepmama or their mother. And man, you know how this goes. So.
Okay. Oh, boy, this is going to make some people mad. Boy, it is. It is. Just seeing it and hearing what I'm about to say going to piss some people off. Let me tell y'all something, right? He didn't say nothing wrong then. I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, I don't knock anybody that's a stepfather. Okay? I don't knock you. But at the same time, just like we don't encourage single motherhood, we shouldn't encourage people to run around and be stepfathers. Let me say this to every black man under the sound of my voice that doesn't have children. You deserve to start your own family, not step into a ready-made family. I'm going to go further into detail on this. I'm going to make some people mad, probably going to lose some subscribers, but what I'm talking about is common sense. And what I'm talking about is how our community used to be in Black America before all this nonsense we see today. That leads to all these broken homes. If you encourage people to just run out here and run behind the next man and raise his kids because a woman was reckless and irresponsible, then she's not going to learn any better about how to pick the right guy. Now, do people change sometimes? Yes, but more often than not, a lot of these chicks that's got 3 and 4, look, it's one thing if a woman was married and she got all her kids by the same man, her husband, and he died. Okay, that's a different scenario. Is she a single mother? Yes, but that's a different scenario. That's a woman that you could work with because at least she tried to do things the right way. These chicks that got 5 kids and all of them got different baby daddies, man, you can't do nothing with that. And if you fool enough to try, God bless you. But if one of them niggas is still around, you finna have a problem. Basically, you gonna have a third wheel in your relationship. Now, you can't try to keep no child from seeing their parent. I would never tell somebody to do that. But you're going to have to get accustomed to that reality. Your best bet will be if the guy is not there or guys are not there, depending on how many she got. And then you take it from there. But then again, like Kevin was saying, a lot of times it's a thankless job. So, you know, no disrespect to the still fathers that's out there. They are, you know what I'm saying? It's something that if you decide to do it, hey, I can't disrespect it. But at the same time, could I promote it? Nope. Because the other side of the coin is the single motherhood thing. No, man. It's one thing, like I said, for you to try to do things the right way, but another for you just out here being reckless and you thinking it's supposed to be a cleanup man. And see, for any woman that has a problem with what I said, okay, I got something for you. Because see, a lot of them guys that bring this issue up, they don't really know how to articulate themselves in a common sense way without a bunch of red pill rage and stuff like that. So, for the ladies that's mad at me, why you said that? We need black families. First of all, black family is supposed to mean, like back before all this broken home nonsense in the 50s and 60s, it's supposed to mean husband, wife, their biological children. Not a whole bunch of children from all over the place. Husband, wife, biological children of theirs under one roof. That's what the basic definition of family is supposed to be. Now, can you have a family with stepchildren? Sure, you can. You can. But it comes with a lot of problems also, specifically for the man. Let me say something to you women. If you got a son and you raised him up, he not no criminal, ain't on no drugs. He's on an upward trajectory as far as having his pick of what college to go to or whatever he got going on in life. Let's just say he going to NFL, NBA, whatever. Would you give your blessing to your son if he came trundling back into your house and said, well, mama, I done met the one, and you happy like, oh, baby, you done met somebody? Yeah, mama. Bring over here so I can meet her. That boy bring that heifer over there. And it ain't just her. She got about 3-4 kids, different baby daddies, and talking about she finna be your daughter-in-law. Now, ladies, come on, can we have some honesty? How many of you women in this chat room be like, yeah, son, go ahead, whatever make you happy? Come on now. Somebody tell me. Oh, please tell me. How many of you under that scenario would say, yep, I give you my blessing, son. Go ahead and step into that ready-made family with all these other kids that's not yours. Yeah, see, that one gonna have them quiet right there. So I'm putting it out here. I'm gonna be honest about these things. But see, we're not done yet. We're gonna get further into our critique and our analysis of, things that Kevin was saying that he was right about. So things that he was saying that he was wrong about. Let's let it continue.
I need to know specifically what group of women are outpacing men. Who are you referring to?
Women in general, because we're outpacing men in
you're not outpacing
college
men.
Degree.
College degree. No, ma'am. You're not outpacing men in productive college degrees. You're outpacing men in humanities, not in the things that society runs on, science, engineering, technology, and math. You are not. Ma'am, stop lying. That is simply not true. You are not outpacing men in STEM.
Maybe.
There's no maybe. Bridges are built by engineers, not by bakers. You get sick and break your leg. Do you want a hairstylist or do you want a medical doctor?
A medical doctor.
Then act like a medical doctor matters. Would you live on the 70th floor of a building built by females only?
Yes.
Congratulations, but where are they?
They're not around.
Because they don't do the work, ma'am. And there's nothing keeping women from doing the work.
Let's be.
Oh Oh boy, they gonna hate me for this. A salute to my first sergeant. Some chick named Star, she said, take the trash outside, son. Oh, that's funny. I told y'all that Sister Rose game is top tier. But I understand what she's saying. Hey, she ain't lying. You know, and look, that's a stand-up sister right there in the chat room. She ain't trying to have her son drag in somebody, one of these helpers out here, Glorilla with 3, 4, 5 kids. I mean, no, but not that one. Man, that's hilarious, son. Take the trash outside. That's meme worthy right there, sister. Sister, you know what? Drop your boutique in the chat room. Cause yep, I'm gonna brag on you. I know you humble. I don't care. Drop your boutique in the chat room because she has her own boutique. And so to be honest with you, with that sense of humor, you need to start making some t-shirts. You are very funny. Yeah, I know you humble. You don't like to say that. She's funny, y'all. I'm putting you out there. She's funny. And I think you should capitalize off of that. But see, the point that Kevin was making, he was trying to get her to see, he wasn't saying that women weren't important. He was looking at the map. Let's go back to the pandemic. Most of the men that were in the essential jobs stayed working. A lot of the women, unless you were a nurse or something like that, a lot of women was out of work. The stuff that keep the country running, the lion's share of that is done by men, okay? He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He broke it down to her. And most of your STEM fields, it ain't no bar on women going into that, but when you look at the numbers, they're not going in there because that takes work. Science, technology, engineering, and math. That's the stuff that make this country run. That's where you're going to get your money at. A lot of them are going into the arts, humanities degrees. I'm going to tell you right now, if you one of them people, man or woman, and you're not going to school for something that's in STEM today in this economy, and you going to school just to get humanities degrees or something like that, so you can come out with $100,000 paperweight, you got to be one of the biggest dummies walking in God's green earth. You would come out better going into the trades and getting you a trade and making money that way. I'm just trying to save you a lot of debt because see, it's a lot of people. Let's go here. A lot of people got master's degrees outside of the STEM fields and they flipping burgers at Mickey D's. How many of y'all know somebody like that? I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not talking down on none of my people out here. No matter what you do, as long as you earn an honest living, I'm just telling you the truth. So basically when, you know, a lot of women that applies to start talking that we don't need no men, we don't need no men, you sometimes sisters and brothers, but we talking to the sisters. I'm gonna get to the men's half of this. Sometimes sisters, when you get frustrated, because I know it, as men, we get on y'all nerves, just like y'all get on our nerves. But when you start talking that we don't need no men, we can do this and stuff by ourselves without you, just pause and take a look at the real world and say, who built these roads? Who are the sanitation workers mostly? Who are the men that's going up there and fixing these power lines when the storm is down? The stuff that most women don't want to do because it's dirty or dangerous. Imagine a world with no men to do none of that. I'm going to give you a scenario, ladies. I'm going to make you laugh. Imagine how pissed off you would be in a world where one day, because somebody should make a movie out of this. I'm giving somebody a screenplay right here. Imagine a movie that covered this. A world where women was running around, let's say the feminists, we don't need no men. Men are the worst thing since this, that, the third. Men, everything bad, men. And one day the men said, okay, cool. You don't want us around. We so evil, we so bad. While you sleep, we gonna go over here somewhere else where you don't know where we at. Another side of the world, you don't know where we just all the men gone. Ladies, could you imagine how pissed off you would be if you woke up? Where the hell are the men? That means, let's look at what that would mean, ladies, because this would be a hell of a movie concept. That means now, who you gonna get to do the sanitation? Boy, I can see it now. Boy, y'all, I ain't finna do that. That's trash. Well, I got to do it, girl. I ain't chipping my nails. Power line. That I could die. I could get electrocuted. A lot of the seafood you like to eat. Which one of y'all gonna go out there on them crab boats out there in the Bering Sea? Very dangerous job. Now, I'm not saying there's no women that do these things. I'm saying it's the minority, the small minority that are able to do these things. How many of you women gonna go out and work 12, 15 hours on an oil rig? See, we're talking about the stuff that keep America going. Huh? How many of you, here's the real deal right here. And that scenario that I gave you in this hypothetical here, How many of you will be ready to go ahead and suit up and put that uniform on and get on the front lines? Let me go into detail. I got to do it because I'm going to get to the men's half in a minute. Ladies, imagine in this movie that the foreign powers found out that all the men left America. They got tired of hearing that we ain't no good, we can't do nothing right. Okay, cool, let you have it. You got it. Imagine if another country said, fuck it, we finna go ahead and invade this and add this to, whatever nation, Russia, China, whatever. How many of y'all ready to suit up and go and fight back? By yourself. No male help now. You on your own. You can't call nobody. You got to handle it. Can you imagine how many of them would be girl, that's dangerous. You could get killed. See, all that mouth our women talk. This is what I want to say to the young brothers that be frustrated at our women's mouths. Because our women got some miles. We love them to death. They got some miles. Don't let women talking trash when they get mad or upset you because they don't mean none of that. And if push came to shove and they had to actually stand on business, okay, on some of that stuff come out their mouth, man, boy, all you got to do is let a bug fly across, a rat run, oh my God, jumping all up on chairs and stuff, huh? About that, lady. Hey, ladies, are y'all ready to be the rat catchers? You know what I'm saying? The pest control people. Which one of y'all women gonna do that? It's all women now, no men. I'm laughing, but I'm just saying, y'all think about these types of things when you get to talking about, I don't need no men. Now, the flip side is, because you don't really hear men talking about we don't need women. We know we need y'all crazy asses. Yeah, I said it. Some of y'all batshit crazy. We love you anyway. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is on that. You know what I'm saying? We know how to handle y'all. I'm gonna tell you like Bernie Mac. Nobody's scared of you niggas. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I speak for myself. I'm not scared of you. Like, fellas, are y'all scared of them? I ain't scared of them. You know what I'm saying? They can't run me. I'm a grown man. And anything, this is what I like to do before I get into the half about the men. This is what I like to do. When they get started getting fly to mile, getting crazy, talking crazy, they don't really do that with me a lot. But when they try it, y'all see how silly I am. Y'all know y'all women hate this too. Why y'all hate this? When you going off, y'all get reeled up like a little chihuahua, or a little gremlin. Y'all start that crap. I'll make your ass laugh. Y'all ever made your old lady laugh, man, when she mad and upset and she don't want to, she trying so hard to be mad. Ooh, they can't stand it. I'm like, see, smile, nigga, smile. You know you want to be happy. I get ignorant. I'm like, all right, now you keep your face frowned like that, you're going to get old for your time. You don't want to look like these white women out here. I just start getting silly with them. You have to know how to make their little mean asses calm down. You know what I'm saying? Look, it is what it is. Y'all laughing, man. Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. See, this is what we got to teach the younger guys. This is why you can't be reacting like the women, because if you got, on a serious note for a minute, if you got a guy that's trying to respond to things like women, and then you got another woman in the situation, she gonna beat you at that game every time. You're not gonna out-woman no woman, okay? That's just not gonna happen. You shouldn't be trying to. You're gonna lose that game. They deal in the world of, emotions and running that mile. We should deal in the world of logic and common sense. I'm not saying our sisters don't have no common sense. Sometimes y'all lose that common sense. But, as a man, you're supposed to respond calmly. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be all right. To be honest with you, sometimes all they need is just to be chewed on. You know what I'm saying? And y'all go sit in the corner and be quiet. And be honest with you, fellas, let me tell you what we got to start getting. Y'all, they finna hate me. They finna call me a male chauvinist for this. When y'all start acting up, sometimes we just need to get y'all some pacifiers and bottles, keep some little baby rattles, because that's what y'all be acting like sometimes. They be throwing a fit. Like, hey, man, hey. Yeah. Throw this pacifier in my mouth. Be quiet. I'm saying, now I could say some other things, but this is a family-friendly broadcast. I'm not going to do that now. I have to save these things for Patreon. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of dark jokes, off-color humor I could make about, things like that, but I won't do that here. My point is this, man. Don't let women frustrate you with their mouth. They know they don't mean half that shit they say. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell you this, too. A mark of maturity is when they calm down and they realize they were wrong, because it's hard as hell for their little proudful asses to admit when they're wrong. If they do admit when they're wrong, man, don't rub it in their faces, man, because they'll never say I'm sorry again, boy. If you put that, if you hit them with a I told you so, boy, man, how many brothers in here ever did that to a woman that you've been involved with? They do something crazy, you've been told not to do it, then they see it don't work, and then they finally, have to humble themselves and eat crow and come back and tell you that they was wrong. If you start laughing or hearing what I told you so, mark my words, you will see this thing happen. It's a phenomenon. Little devil horns will grow out the top, or bull horns maybe. I don't know what kind. It's some kind of horns will grow out the top of their damn head. And boy, they won't transform on your ass. Don't do that, okay? Just like, well, see, next time, baby, you should listen to me. I'm on your team. We on the same team, okay? You know what I'm saying? What, ladies, why y'all be growing the little horns out your head? Y'all know it's true. Look at them in here, man. Yeah. Y'all got all of you. Now, that's one thing I'm going to make a blanket statement. Every one of you women in here, y'all got them little horns in your head. You get mad at us, boy, you're like, oh, my God, here they come, boy. You know, but we love y'all crazy as the same. We need you. We don't be saying we don't need you because, see, the flip side of that, well, my analogy there, if men woke up in a world that wasn't no women, man, no, that's not going to work. We know we need women. We know we need them for their place and their role in society. I'm going to tell you right now, if that same scenario that I gave the women happened to men, we woke up one day, they mad at us because we complaining and all that, and they just said, fuck it, we going to go build woman stand you. While y'all niggas asleep, you ain't going to never find us. Y'all can have it. Man, if I woke up, get up, okay, shit, go out here on my balcony. Oh, boy, thank God. Wonderful day to be alive. And get dressed and go outside. Okay, damn, where are the ladies at? Huh? All right, I'll kind of slightly know. Then I start making my round, like, okay, damn, now I done been out here all day. I ain't seen no women. What the fuck is going on? Finally, we get together. Brothers have some conversations about what's going on. Like, hey, man, they left us a note. What note? Well, let's read it. Dear man, I got to read in the angry woman voice. Dear men, we're tired of you complaining. We're tired of you criticizing us. We're tired of you telling us we can't wear weave. We're tired of you telling us we can't shave our eyebrows off and magic mark a new ones on. We're tired of you picking on our caterpillar eyelashes. We've decided to leave you bastards with blue balls, and we're building Woman Stanya. We're not telling you where it is. Don't bother. You'll never find us. We're never coming back. P.S. Women. Bruh, let me tell you something. If that shit happen, first thing I'm going to do, hey, bruh, come here. We got to determine who ran these women off. Because it's time to whoop some ass. I'm going to put some hands together and stomp some ears together. But, hey, man, nigga, hold on, bruh. I'm cool with brothers now. Hey, man, we can hang out, work out, shoot ball together, all that other stuff. But now, there's certain things I can't do with you. Now, you done ran all these women away. I got to find out who's responsible for that. I'm going to beat your ass. Oh, man. Hey, fellas, how many of y'all would be happy in a world with no women? Nigga, please, man. No, player. I would be y'all's only hope in a world like that because I would track your asses down. You hear me? I don't give a damn if you go to the other side of the planet. My nose, you better not wear no perfume. I will track that shit across ocean currents. I'm gonna find one. Look here. I'm coming over there. I'll go and get a Navy aircraft carrier. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to pilot all types of equipment in the Navy. I will go and get that. Seahawk helicopter. We coming to get y'all ass back. Hold up. We gonna send somebody to negotiate. Like, look. Find out where you at. I'll drop, because see, y'all probably have some little weapons that train your attack our ass. We come over there. Y'all probably be done learn the North Central Island techniques. Women stand ya. Kill all men that come close. I'll just fly I'll be sending little notes. I'm like, hey, y'all, come on now. Y'all can't be that mad. Look, we don't want you to, you ain't saying you got to just get rid of women stand you, but let the men come over here. The ones with some sense. Come on now. You see, y'all done left us over here with just nothing but niggas? Come on, man. Nah, I'll be negotiating like a motherfucker. Boy, I'm like, hey, man, we can work this out now. It ain't that bad. I'm like, damn it, them vibrators ain't got nothing on us now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? See, you brothers will have to help me, those of you that are good diplomats. Anyway, y'all get my point, all right? I see y'all laughing here. Y'all get my point. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother Steel Kevin Tree talking about hot wings and candy bars, and we in, and they know it. Exactly. See, look, ladies, in case any of you getting any ideas because y'all done heard about the 4B movement in South Korea. Lord, boy, I know they catching hell over there. Don't get no ideas think you're going to get away from us. We know you too well. Man, we'll mess you up. Man, I'll be flying drones full of little care packages and shit. Like, look, no most of this stuff that y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Men build it. Don't you miss these nice shopping malls and shit? You know what I'm saying? That we big. You know y'all ain't finna build none of that stuff over there. Oh, yeah. I'll be talking like a chauvinist, but you'll be like, damn, you right. You know what I'm saying? Man, look here, man. I'll be having blimps flying by with, you know, the best looking bodybuilding men. Like, oh, you know you missed this. I'll make some of y'all come back. You know what I'm saying? Now, Brittany Griner, you know what I'm saying? And some of the rest of them, they'll be, y'all have to fight to come back because they'll be like, how dare you try to go back to the men? All right, so just know, I'll figure out a way to get you back. Anyway, I digress, y'all. I had to throw a little humor in this, man. We going to get into the next part of where Kevin was right about on certain things here. And then we're going to get into the hate part and the part where, you know, what made a lot of people feel a certain type of way about brother Kevin. Let's get back to it.
Listen, Samuel, it's about value.
Yeah, your value is low.
Oh, wow. And how do you know that? You're not
because you're 5'4" and 200 pounds.
Okay.
And 37 years old with 2 kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay, that's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you.
I don't have to see your body. I know you're 5'4" and almost 200 pounds with 2 kids in Kentucky, and I see your picture.
You just say.
And I'm listening to how you talk. And I'm listening to your energy. I'm listening to your tone. I'm listening to your relationships. See, what it is, you ladies don't like when somebody is just direct with you. Honest. I got no dog in this fight. I had a woman on here earlier, and I told her she was absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to screw you. You ain't giving me no money. What am I getting out of this?
Nothing.
So why do I have to lie? And let's just get right to the absolute core of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you attracting higher value men?
Am I attracting higher value men?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
For marriage.
Okay, repeat that one more time.
Are you attracting them for marriage?
No.
Oh, y'all got to forgive me. That was funny. That was funny. Kevin used to kill me. We used to hit that soundboard, that sound deck with that little that slap. Because see, look, I'm laughing, man, but seriously though, he was trying to tell her the truth. Because see, ladies, man, y'all got to understand something, man. Y'all keep saying that when y'all run down that laundry list of stuff that you wanted, man. Yeah, when y'all say honesty, do you really want it? Because see, I've said this before. The difference between a man, a real man, and a Derek Jackson that pretends to be a man, a male. Because look, Derek Jackson got the eye candy. Most heterosexual women in here would say he's attractive. Can't knock that. You like what you like. However, if you fall for that, somebody that just believe in blowing smoke up your ass and never telling you the truth, that's actually very dangerous for you. And that's a dude that don't really care nothing about you. Because see, if we love your funky drawers and your bad breath when you wake up in the morning, you better hear what I'm telling you. And we tell you, woo, man, what you been eating? I'm going to have to bust you in the mouth with some blessed Listerine. Come on now, let's take care of this. Think about it. That's love if I tell you that, and if I don't love you, and your breath is kicking like Jean-Claude Van Goddamn, and I let you walk out the house like that, and then you get back, hey, why you ain't tell me my breath was kicking? They were picking on me and crying. That's how you know I don't care nothing about you. You understand? See, sometimes, lady, y'all got to understand. Now, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. All right, I get that. But sometimes we just have to give you the straight truth like it is. Because see, like you was telling that chick there, 5'4" and 200 pounds, boy. Ooh, boy, if that was ever a definition of Big Shirley, that was it. Damn, that was it. And I'm not trying to be funny. Look, this is why we try to encourage, or I try to encourage sisters to stay fit. If you need, you know what I'm saying, like some advice on like just general workouts, that's something I can do. I'm a very in shape guy. I don't brag on myself or nothing, but I'm very blessed. Thank the Lord for it. Try to take care of myself. But that's something I can point anybody in the general direction on. You need workouts about how to stay fit, whether you're a man or woman. I can put you up on game easy on that kind of stuff. You ain't got to be no world-class Olympic athlete, but you can't be no 5'4" and 200 pounds now. And look, for the sisters that's your situation, don't give up on making improvements. See, let me say this to you, and because I know I got all shades of sizes listening to me. Let me say something to kind of make you laugh and pick your spirits up. I'm gonna tell you what you got to do. See, on the serious end of things, I understand that a lot of times if you're going through something, a lot of times y'all resort to comfort food. Okay, that's not a good thing. That's just like I would tell a brother, if you're going through something and you depressed or whatever, don't rely on drugs and alcohol to get you through it, because the problem is still going to be there once you come down off that high or sober up, rather. If you're trying to cope or deal with something, whatever that high be or coping mechanism is, let it be something constructive that adds to your health, your knowledge, and your well-being. So now here's the part that's going to make some of you sisters laugh, because I'm saying this out of love. I'm not picking on you. I keep telling y'all, for you biggins, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you saw that picture of that Buffet Supreme Master Alabastrous that I posted up there. For those of you that's that size, just know that GBS is well studied on you big backosauruses. And I understand about that alternate mode where you can curl up into a ball and roll out the nigga. I've got a defense kit for that. I keep, a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts that I can hurl like frisbees, and you'll have a decision to make. You gonna chase me or you gonna get this donut? I've got security snacks. That's right, security snacks. That's what you keep to get the big backs off in. And if you just happen to roll up on me and catch me, oh, I got the ultimate for you. Oh yeah, I know how to keep you from devouring me and tearing me limb from limb. Okay, because I'm a pretty strong man, but boy, some of you big backs, boy, I will hit your ass. I will hold up a blessed cross made of Slim Fast cans on your ass. I guarantee you, the power of Slim Fast compels you. I will get your ass. I'm telling you. So don't get mad at what I'm about to say and come after me. I'm trying to help you. Okay. Now, for those of you in the big back category, this is where you go wrong at. I'm gonna tell you the sign to look out for. Y'all laughing. I'm trying to help these people, Pamela. Sister Stuns, I'm trying to help them. Because y'all laughing, man. I'm trying to do the Lord's work over here. Listen. I'm gonna give you some advice. Dad Miller TV, come on now. And that's right, you know what I'm saying? Slow with police tie strip, you know what I'm saying? Well, depending on the size of the big back, that tie strip don't work. They might look down and start chewing on that, Dad Miller. But I digress. Ladies, this is how you are. You can help yourself. If you hanging out and you fairly in shape, or if you just a thick sister, okay? Because you got to be careful with thick. Thick can turn to fat real easy if you're not careful. If you hanging out with a group of chicks, ain't none of them got no man, and all they want to do is every week is go out to eat, let me tell you what you better be careful. Because see, now you better keep a little hand mirror or something where you can kind of see this, because you won't be able to catch them. These some sneaky elves. If they steady pulling out tape measures trying to measure your back, let me tell you what's going on. They trying to induct you into the Big Back Hall of Fame, okay? I done told y'all, if they backs are the size of Miramax Cineplex screens where they can turn around and you can see movies on them backs, a chick that's trying to induct you into the big back sorority, okay, they're cholesterol saturated sorority, they gonna measure your back. Girl, it ain't wide enough. Hey, you want to go out to eat again tomorrow? Sure, you know what I'm saying? You mad at your dude or whatever? You're like, yeah, I'll go on out to eat with you. They're like, you know that evil villain there? The heavy evil villain there. They be sitting there, she just don't know. Every time she go out to eat with us, we measuring that damn back. We count the centimeters and inches. And sooner or later, it's going to be as wide as ours. I'm telling you, this is what they're doing. So you better be careful. You got a group of friends you going out to eat with. Why y'all laughing, man? I'm trying to help y'all, man. My first sergeant, some chick they start, you laughing. I'm trying to help them, man. You got to understand, man. Yes, AK Sour Guy, it's Fat Alberta, and it's Rasputia. Rolled into one, okay? Yeah, Fat Sputia. That's what it is. Listen, watch them tape measures. If you might catch it, like, girl, why you got that tape measure? They say, no reason. I just like to measure things from time to time. They're like, in the back of their mind, I measure your back, bitch. You gonna join the club. Okay? But see, all jokes aside, ladies, let me stop. Because I do love y'all, man. I don't, a lot of y'all be thinking, I don't like, no. If you a part of the black community, man or woman, you know what I'm saying? You family. I love y'all. But all jokes aside, ladies, let me tell you what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to stop joking for a minute because I have a serious solution, okay? If you're dealing with something, hey, bad breakup with a dude or whatever you're going through, ain't nothing wrong with going out to eat, okay? But make sure that y'all get together and, hey, girl, we went out to eat last week. Let's hit this gym. Let's go jogging in the park or whatever. make sure you got some physical activity going on with your homegirls too, okay? Balance it out. Cause see, I don't want you to become a buffet master where when you sit down at these restaurants, man, you start working them damn plates like turntables or damn little buffet master DJ. That's gonna keep that back big and wide, okay? You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So just balance it out, and you might have to be the one to start it. Hey girl, we're gonna hit these exercise bites or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And it's got to be people like that. And if you can't find, they don't want to do that. Cause see, you better be careful with that. Cause see, you going to suggest what I just said to a true sorority. Remember a big back, theta psi, big back, theta thigh rather. They might look at you first. The room gonna get quiet. You coming down? Hey girl, we've been out to eat, all last week. I let's try something different. I kind of thought, we'll go cycling or, we just kind of go get out, walk on around the track. The whole place get quiet. One of them be eating, then everything just stop. You remember that old movie, like them or the body invasion of the body snatchers? Everybody like, oh, what did you just say, Helfer? Did you say the forbidden word? What forbidden word, girl? What you mean? You know the word that you said. What you mean? Exercise? Don't say that. If you say exercise, let me tell you something, man. Saying the word exercise around a big back, go look on my YouTube shorts. Go look on my latest YouTube shorts. You understand me? I'll show you that big back heifer there, that big back, bacon back, alabaster's Becky, buffet supreme master on my YouTube shorts. You'll know the one when you see it. It's the one with the song, big back, big back. Boy, I started to do a remix to that shit. Man, I restrained myself because I did do a part of that, but I said, let me destroy this now. Because if I'm not gonna put that out. Y'all ain't gonna make me put it out neither. That's just too far. The YouTube short that I did was a little too far there. But look, man, all I'm saying is, ladies, be careful and balance things out, okay? Just you know what I'm saying? You got your comfort food or whatever. Just be like, all right, cool. If you going through something, you got your favorite ice cream, you gonna eat it or whatever. Keep you some in-house exercise equipment. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be nothing extravagant. Just something that'll get you sweating and burn some calories, so you can burn that back off. And if you're not around a group of women that's encouraging good health so y'all can be here for a long time, then you might need to change your friends because all jokes aside, your bone structure is lighter than men's. And like the heavier you get, the older you get, you set up, and we've got medical professionals that can verify what I'm saying. The older you get, you start to become more susceptible to things like osteoporosis, and that's very bad on your joints and your bones, okay? I want all of y'all here a long time, and I want y'all to be able to enjoy your lives, okay? So, I know I was picking and making fun, but to you big backs that don't want to take the right message, I done told you, you're not catching me. I have an assortment of security snacks that I know you can't deny, okay? Double stuffed Oreos, I got all the snacks. You will never catch me. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, man, I've got a grenade that I've customized that I will throw it at your ass, and when it explodes, all types of cake frosting to come out, you will have no choice but to stop and be mesmerized by your favorite. Let me stop. Let me leave it alone. We're going to get back to the Kevin Samuels thing, y'all. See, I get carried away. That's why I try not to get in my laugh and start, man, still Kevin Cheese. Thigh platter fry. Yeah. Thigh platter pie. Oh, no. Hey, man, we're going to leave the big backs alone, man. Hey, boy, they're going to track my ass down, boy. I got to get in the lab because, they crafty and they sneaky. I don't underestimate them helpers. I think y'all be thinking you can outrun them. I done told you that alternate transform mode, where they curl over into a little bowling ball and chase after you, man. You ain't outrunning that. Okay? So, I'm going to leave them alone. But for those that got the message, y'all understood what I was saying. So now we're going to get further into analyzing the brother Kevin, because now we're going to get into the part why a lot of people hated the brother. And remember what I said about some people in the manosphere not liking that dude, man? Well, I'm going to let y'all check something out, and then I'm going to give my commentary on it. It's going to be kind of funny. If the dude get mad, I don't give a fuck. You can come at me all day long. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I will roast your ass on the table, as y'all see. Okay? But anyway, we're going to get back to this, and I'm going to further make these points about why some people hated him on the men's side, some people hated Brother Kevin on the women's side. Let's let it play.
LG said, Ari Nicole, what I'm saying is KS needs to give men credit they deserve if he's the godfather. He ain't no goddamn godfather. Shut your motherfucking ass up, LG. Don't come in here repeating that stupid ass shit. BGS gave him that dumb ass fucking title. He ain't the godfather of nothing in this goddamn space. Fuck is.
For those of you that don't know who this is, because some of you might, because I wasn't going to let this play in its entirety. It's funny as hell to me looking back at this, because see, I remember all this stuff, man. I can take you back in so much history in these different types of spaces. This is Angry Man, okay? This is one of the founders of the Black Manosphere. In fact, he coined the term Black Manosphere, because they got the term Manosphere from the white boys over there. Obsidian used to be over there with Roos V and a lot of them guys. And like what Obsidian said, he was like, okay, they weren't really talking about black men's issues. And one of them told him like, hey, that's y'all wheelhouse. So that's when he kind of came into the Black Manosphere. Okay, but Angry Man here on the screen, who is an Afro-Latino, by the way, he tried to hide it. He don't like people talking about it. He is. You can clearly look at him and tell. Anyway, what he was pissed off about, remember what I told you about people not really accepting Kevin when he first came around and all that? Now, I'm not going to say Angry Man was one of the people that was pissed off at the dude all the time and kind of just disparaging him. What he didn't like was, because Kevin did borrow some of his stuff, his talking points, he did. I'm going to tell the truth about it. When Kevin blew up off a lot of that, Angry Man was kind of, because they used to talk on the phone, back and forth, whatever. They was very close. What Angry Man got mad about was Kevin not really shouting him out the way he did O'Shea Duke Jackson and Obsidian. Here's the problem with that, and Angry Man knows this. He can get as mad as you want to. The stuff that Angry Man was talking about and the way he was talking about black women, Kevin was like, okay, look, let's just go here with it. Common sense before I let the rest of this play. If you running a restaurant, right? I'm going to turn all y'all into entrepreneurs, restaurant owners. If you running a restaurant and your main dish that sells, that put your restaurant on the map, does the most profits for you, is quality steak, okay? All of a sudden, the people that come to your restaurant expecting this quality steak, you come out and start trying to serve them vegan food. Now, would that be a wise decision? You're going to piss off your customer base. So now, comparing this to Kevin, if most of his audience was women, why the hell would he have a lot of these jackasses up on their platform that be talking crazy about black women? Instead of making distinctions, calling all of them a strag. And if you don't know what a strag is, that means struggling hag. A lot of them guys over there came up with that term. Primarily, the brother Grinch came up with that. That used to be one of Angry Man's little right-hand men or whatever. But, like, here's the thing, man. And then you had others like the brother Minister Jap calling black women German shepherds. Now, some of that stuff may be funny, but here's the problem. They don't make a distinction between who they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of the stuff could be funny if you're talking about that particular class of hood rat, but all black women are not hood rats, okay? They're not. So when, Kevin was trying to Kevin was trying to get to the point where he became a household name on network TV and international. So now, of course you got your critique of things. He found a way to present his issues to women without calling them all kinds of crazy names and cursing them out. Well, if you really notice, Kevin didn't do a lot of cursing on his broadcast. He really didn't. He said some stuff that offended people, but he had a more polished way of getting his point across. And you got to respect that, okay? So, of course, he's not going to have you up on the platform because, see, here's the thing a lot of women didn't understand. A lot of women, even me, just watching this broadcast, will be shocked finding out that Kevin Samuels was a part of the Manosphere because he didn't really bring them guys on his platform like that. The only person he really mentioned was Obsidian. He promoted his book, and he shouted out O'Shea Duke Jackson, of course, because that was the person that, if you want to say, helped him with his marketing and putting him out there. O'Shea did that. But the person that introduced him to the Manosphere space was BGS Ilmore, okay? So now, Kevin was looking at it like, yeah, man, that's bad business. I can't do that, man. I can't be getting no endorsement deals and stuff and attach you to my brand. Because really, Kevin didn't really fit in with a lot of that. To be honest with you, he didn't. Okay? Not really. Now, he started trying to conform to some of that a little bit later. We'll get into that. But when he really took off, he saw that, okay, all right, this ain't gonna work. I can't do that. And Angry Man was pissed off about that. I'm gonna tell you something. If you thought what he said, just in that little clip snippet I played you was funny, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's let it continue.
What's the matter with you? Fuck is you smoking over there? How the fuck he the goddamn Godfather and the nigga ain't even fucking came up with no content in this fucking space? That nigga's the Godfather of Chelsea boots, purses, and lace panties, nigga. Don't come in this motherfucker talking that stupid ass shit to me. We men in this motherfucker. We grown masculine men in this motherfucker.
Boy, he made himself so mad he had to take a sip of his little milkshake, boy. Oh, he was mad. He lives up to his name, boy. Angry Man, boy. You going out, boy. Man, there ain't no Godfather nothing. Look, man. Oh, you got to laugh, man. Look. BGS gave Kevin the title Godfather because basically what he was trying to say was, okay, this is going to be the Godfather of introducing style into the space. Because at the time, the Manosphere didn't really have anybody that was, as in-depth to that as Kevin was, as far as like, okay, what type of, suits you should wear if you're trying to get your suit game together, what type of cologne game to get together. You know what I'm saying? Kevin was kind of, BGS was like, okay, this is a portion that's missing from the Manosphere. Let's bring this guy in. So he started calling him the Godfather. Basically, the whole title was kind of like Godfather style, but they just shortened it to like Godfather. And like, that started to become like the Godfather of the Manosphere. Like a lot of people were saying that. Look, Angry Man couldn't be mad at Kevin for that because he didn't christen himself that title. He just started running with it when other people started calling him that. So you should take that issue up with the people in the chat room like you're doing now here in this clip. Boy, this dude is funny, boy, because when he go off on one, and look, I ain't going to tell you that Angry Man is a dumb guy. He's not. He actually is very intelligent. Now, he's a big-ass coon now. Y'all already know. I covered that on broadcast. That's one thing I'm not going to miss no words about. The dude is a coon, okay? But does he have some good points on stuff from time to time? Yeah, he does. A lot of it is just in bad faith when he critiqued Black America, though. That's the long and the short of that. But as y'all see here, boy, he pissed off. Only Pamela's way asked what's going on with his beard. There's a lot going on with that beard. He got some issues there. A lot going on with it. And as you see, I got to go here. Now, it's up to him. He can dress however he want. But it kind of goes back to what BGS was talking about. And boy, he's vehemently against being in a suit. Okay? Angry Man always be trying to, and look, nothing wrong with that if you like hip hop and you're a fan of it. But like, that can't be all to your wardrobe depending on where you're going and what you're trying to take care of. You notice on his channel, Angry Man look like he getting ready to go to like in the 9th grade or something, man. Backpack, all kinds of. I mean, this is his basic look. You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. All of us got stuff like this in our closet. But that can't be the limitations of your wardrobe as a man if you want certain outcomes. And look, the dude does very well for himself. No hate on that. But like, just bringing that up in correlation to what BGS was saying about having range to your wardrobe. That's what Kevin was trying to do. And like I said, I've even critiqued them about them Chelsea boots and the man presses. Now, I remember one pink coat that Kevin had when him and Mr. Jout was cool because they fell out. But it was like a hot pink coat. How many of y'all remember that? And, they was kind of having it like these little fashion wars about who had the best coat. I was like, man, you got this flamingo pink coat on, Kevin? But that was just his thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't pull that off. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it was certain things that Kevin Ward, I was like, nah, bro, I can't roll with you on that. But I'm going to let him finish getting his angry off here because, boy, this shit was funny to me.
You wanna follow a nigga that was part of the pep squad? You go follow that nigga. Send me your P.O. box. I'll send you some pretty pink pom-poms, nigga. Fuck that shit. Fuck that if shit, my nigga. Ain't no if. This is red pill content. We don't deal with the if. We deal with the is. This is a red pill space. We don't deal with the if. We deal with the is, my nigga. Godfather, get the fuck out of here. Godfather of what? Of what?
Face.
Now, boy, that to me, that's hilarious. Well, Angry Man, you were right. You don't deal with if. You deal with is. And at that time, the particular is was, Kevin was like, this is bad for my brand to have you around. It shouldn't have been nothing to take personal. It was a business decision. You had two choices. If you wanted him to be in close proximity when the man was alive, you could either switch up your swag or keep doing what you're doing and you just be over there and see, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. If it was me and I had that type of incendiary content towards women, especially black women, and it was one of my partners over there, he blew up like Kevin, I wouldn't hate. I'd be like, you know what? Hey, man, yo, one of us made it, man. More power to him, man. I'm going to go over here and support the movement from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can, if y'all talk offline, that should be good enough because, see, I'm going to be honest with you, man. A lot of them dudes, what they was angry about, Kevin wouldn't let them eat off his plate. That's what it was. We just got to call it what it was. You say what you want to. A lot of them was angry because they couldn't eat off Kevin's plate. And it is what it is. Now, here's where Kevin rubbed a lot of the women the wrong way. And I told you, I'm going to be honest with this because, you know, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is something that now this is just right here. I'm like, okay, Kevin, I can't rock with you saying this because like that's kind of one of the problems in the black manosphere space. A lot of them guys pattern themselves after looking up the white guys. They don't want to say it, but they do. I mean, it's honest. A lot of them, not all, but a lot. This comment right here, this is what kind of made a lot of sisters say, oh, okay, now this is a bridge too far. I'm going to play it, then I'll give my thoughts.
Fallacy. Beauty is not subjective. That's why we have the golden ratio, the Fibonacci equation. You can look at facial symmetry and see that beautiful people, you can map their facial structure and it goes to a mathematical calculation.
Oh yeah.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Facial symmetry.
Okay, so you heard what he said. He was talking about the beauty spectrum. The problem when Kevin made that statement, and I think that the brother was still alive today in hindsight, and perhaps he had these discussions behind the scenes with people that knew him when he made that statement. Brother, you was basing that off the European beauty scale. So a lot of sisters, when they heard, they were like, man, what the fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? And look, when I heard it, I was like, all right, Kevin, come on, man. Nah, bro. No. You talking about our women are on the opposite end of the beauty spectrum. To who? Because, see, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what Brad think. See, for me, when it comes to the dominant society trying to critique how our women look, I'll be damned. If look, on my damn missile and grenades, nigga, ain't no way that I'm gonna let some white man tell me what's attractive in my own women. You can go 3 miles on the hill with gasoline draws on before that happened. No, ain't no motherfucking way. I could never take seriously a group of men that got women where they look at them and you look at their women, they can turn around, they straight up and down, and they can turn backward where you see, the rear end. It ain't nothing but straight up and down. How am I take you serious? You think a woman with a look, now, I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm being wrong about this. Let me change my words. Maybe the reason that Brad is so enamored with Becky, with that paddle back, you know what I'm saying, that little ironing board ass of hers, is because she doubles as an ironing board. Maybe that's why white men like them flat ass white women so much. Look at that paddle ass. So I'm gonna iron a crease in this shirt. I'm gonna just give me my stay flow. there's gonna be a crease from hell in this once I lay you flat and iron my. I'm just saying, maybe that's what they got going on. I don't know. Man, I'm tell you something, man. No, your brother, a flat ass woman can't do nothing for me. Oh no, you know, no. Especially a Becky. I'm like, oh man, look, let me tell y'all something. True story. Before we get on to analyzing what made some people kind of feel a certain type of way about Kevin. When them paddle butt Becky's try to come on to me, now if you want to see your brother boy get the straight clowning, man, I'll be like, oh, excuse me, baby, the white man is over there. I can't help you. Cause now, you know, I saw you when you turned around. Shit, you boy, you look like you could got that. Look, some of their asses are so flat that they could turn sideways and just hop straight through a closed damn door. They would be the ultimate thief. It don't make no sense not to have no ass. None at all. No ass whatsoever. I can't do it. Now, that's their cup of tea. That's their culture. They look. No, I can't do it. And then for the ones of them that do happen to, you know, start learning how to, you know, cook or eat black folks' food and they grow up or something, it will not compare to the homegrown cake of the sisters, especially down here in the South. I don't give a damn what you. I've seen some thick white women now. But no, you can't. You don't have no. See, it's not just this is what they don't understand. It's not just the shape of the cake. It's the spirit in it. And if you don't have no melanin in the cake, it's a cake without calories. I'm just gonna tell y'all, ladies. I done told you, I'm a heathen. When I go and bite on some cake, I need calories. I get energized from that. I'm just saying, man. You can't. What you go? You know what? If I wanted to go and bite on a Becky, let's just say I had Beckyitis, okay? You know what I'm saying? I done called the alabastrosity disease. And I done went and turned white woman, boy. I done presented y'all a white queen. Man, I go get ready to bite the cake, man, even if she got it. That would be to me like biting into the damn, you know, those diet flavorless rice cakes. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The rice cakes with no flavor to them, the damn styrofoam. You ain't got no flavor to you. See, you ain't got no flavor to you because you unseasoned food. That's all they eat. I don't want an unseasoned woman. That's not for me. That ain't my thing. Now, Brad, that's why I try to send them on back. And see, this is what killed me. Because I'm not going to stop wearing my fragrances. They really run over to you when you start wearing your top tier fragrances. When you break out your Baccarat Rouge 540, man. When you break out your Versace, man. You know what I'm saying? Your Creed, man. When you break out that Polo Blue, Polo Black. You know what I'm saying? Your top tier grown man fragrances, man. Versace Eros, things like, here you come. Come on. I don't want you over here. Brad over there. I just be pointing. Hey, there's a white man over there. Shane, you smell nice. Okay, all right, great. I appreciate it. I smell nice, but you need to come on now. Because see, y'all know me. Before I leave this alone, I'm going to tell you the number one reason why I couldn't deal with their women. I wrote a song about it. Y'all done heard it. You know the song, The Tooth of the Leicester. Oh, yeah, I'm going there. Yep, I'm going there. I can't deal with that. You might have them critters in your head. Oh, man. And then, boy, that little stringy hair all over. I have very nice clothes, okay? I don't want that crap all over my clothes and stuff, man. No, they're just not for me. I'm leaving it alone. Leave it alone, because, boy, I get the roasting, boy. I won't stop. But we're going to continue with our analysis here of the brother Kevin. And this right here, this is something that was very offensive to a lot of women. Hey, I told you I was going to give y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly with this and let you know why some of the women felt a certain type of way. But even for this comment, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is a very insulting comment for him to make because of the way it's going to come off and the way it's perceived. But it still didn't warrant celebrating the man's death, okay? It didn't. So I'm going to play this, and mind you, this is going to be offensive, and I'm doing this to show you one of the examples of why a lot of sisters did have issue with him, with certain other things he said, because, like, I'm going to preface it this way. I'm not making excuses for what he said. I would never do it because you don't say shit like this. But the reason why he did this, again, keep in mind his strategy. Hey, guys over here, they're mostly incels. They like it when I talk shit about the women. That keep the money rolling in. I got to feed them some red meat from time to time. So that was his strategy on what you're about to hear. tasteless comment nonetheless, and I'll explain why. I'm gonna let it play in its entirety, then I'm gonna break some things down.
You're certainly over 35. You're 36 to 45. Still in striking area. Well, actually, you're 36 to about 40. You're still in striking distance. You still have some eggs that are on life support. Oh, it's true. They're dying. Oh, God. I'm going to hell. I'm just imagining a woman's ovaries and eggs in their own life support. I'm imagining a woman going on OBGYN ovaries on life support. They in there like this. Oh, God. Eggs just... Don't get mad at me. You shouldn't have been talking shit. Oh, that's right. Your eggs is just on. Who can draw a cartoon? I want somebody to draw a cartoon with ovums in old folks' home on walkers and on oxygen.
All right, so let me say this about this, because this is one of the more tasteless comments, because like how it came off, a lot of people was kind of saying that, okay, man, you making fun of women that's infertile or what have you. So it came off very insensitive, but I told you that's kind of, was one of the strategies he had with drawing in the audience. And let's be fair with this, because see, this is a snippet taken from one of his live streams that's still up on his channel. It should be right below here. If you look, the name of the stream is Overly Educated Ratchet Outcomes. Now, why am I telling you this? Because in context to what everything else he was saying, you'll see how he kind of led up to saying what he said again. That doesn't excuse it. That shit was tasteless. Shit was foul. Does it warrant him, people celebrating the man's death? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So if you want to see the entire stream, because I did see this, I remember when this happened. Name of this stream that this clip comes from is Overly Educated Ratchet Outcomes. Go watch it for yourself. And you can see the context that led up to him making that comment. And I'm like, Kevin, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, we going to talk about everything that gave people a reason to, have strong opinions, even say the word hate the brother. Okay, so I just wanted y'all to understand that so you can see where the original, stream of that is, and you can see everything that he said. Because he went into detail about some other stuff. It wasn't a whole stream just roasting women or nothing. That was a part of a bigger point that he was making, and he just got a little carried away with that. Again, not making excuses, but, again, it was tasteless, and that kind of hurt him more than anything as far as, like, the women. But, he didn't keep doing that kind of stuff. I'll say that. Let it continue.
Trying to get down the fallopian tube. But everybody else could figure it out.
All right. So now, that was one example of a clip where, hey, that you were way out of pocket for that. And see, they had conversations behind the scenes over there in the manosphere. But see, let me say this. Speaking aside from Kevin Samuels, I want to make this point to my audience, black men and black women. All of us, every one of us, myself included, all of us need that core group of people around, whether they family, friends, or whatever, or a mixture of both, that will pull you to the side and say, hey, man, or hey, sister, that was a bridge too far. That wasn't cool. You might need to apologize for that. Don't do that again. But see, you won't have that core group of people around you if everybody around you is a damn yes man. You understand? That's the danger of, like, when you do get success, if everybody around you is a yes man, yes boss, that's not gonna help you. You can't adjust to your flaws because we all have them, and you can't course correct if you make a mistake because all of us to a certain degree have a part of our ego where we think we can do no wrong. And sometimes it takes somebody closest to you that you know if they pull your coattail, they're doing it in good faith, trying to say, hey, man, we need to reflect on this. That wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't, the people that I'm cool with, even over here in my audience, hey, man, look, I appreciate open honesty. As long as you're respectful with it to the audience, to me or whatever, I appreciate open honesty. I don't like yes men around me. That's very dangerous because then you never really get a grasp of the real world. It's kind of like the emperor that has no clothes. If you got a bunch of yes men around you always kissing your ass, you're never going to know what the truth is in the world. Even though you can acquire a lot with deception, you go further with the truth all day, every day. And the truth has more value and weight than a lie any day of the week, okay? A lot of people don't believe that, but that's the truth. So that's the lesson that I would give to you all from that particular clip or anything in your day-to-day lives. Them people that you recognize that are always going to tell you the truth no matter how wealthy you get or what, those are the people that you want close to you at all times, okay? Be honest with you, that's why a lot of celebrities get themselves in trouble because they don't have that core group that was with them from day one. They'd be like, look, man, I know you got this name to the world, but nigga, I knew you when you was a little snot-nosed kid, and I'm telling you that you was wrong when you did that. We all need those kinds of people around us. Those are the people that really give a damn about us and love us beyond just any status or access that we can give them to things, okay? So that would be my admonition to that. But we got a little bit more to examine here before we wrap things up, and we're going to get straight into it.
You can sit back and say, look at what them white people did. We don't need white people in this conversation right now because we do a good job of this ourselves. You got a black man that comes to you every day, Monday through Friday in a suit, and look at what they've tried to do to me. Oh, uh-oh. But then, am I alone? No. This is the history. This is one thing you have learned well. You have learned how to destroy a black man's image for your own negative reasons. 1, jealousy. 2, scared. 3, envy. 4, you wish you had the position. Whatever the reason is, we're the only group of folks to do it to this level for what? We don't need D.W. Griffith. When you got people that look like you that will do, first thing they do is try to either tell you you're either crazy, violent, aggressive. Gus. Uh-oh. He was crazy, sex crazed, and crazed, gonna snatch that woman. Well, that's how they did it for the longest, cops and America's Most Wanted, and this and that, pimps and hoes, such and so forth. But then they isolate that person, telling them, you better beware of the boogeyman. But then what happens on the other side? Then if you actually have the nerve to carry yourself in a different way, you carry yourself in a way that's not, street or country or whatever, however you want to frame it, then you got to be gay. You just have an argument.
All right, so let's deal with what Brother Kevin was saying there now. Let's deal with this in logical, common sense fashion. I get what he was trying to say. However, we don't make statements that trivialize white supremacy. Now, I agree with what he's saying to a certain extent. Yes, we have a lot of people in Black America, in our community, that love to hate or critique somebody in bad faith and try to tear them down. We do. We have that, okay? Men and women. However, anytime somebody makes a critique of you, that doesn't fall into that category. So now, Kevin, rest his soul, he was often known for quoting white supremacists like Rudyard Kipling, okay, several others. And a lot of us took issue with that because, for me, I've said it many times, that's often the problem with a lot of Black conservatives when they start idolizing them folks. It's one thing to learn something from them folks, but when you start trying to quote them or point to them as being examples of somebody we should emulate. Now that's where you start going out the beaten path. And you're going to lose some black people when you do that. You're going to lose some people, okay? So, again, I agree with some of what he was saying, but only in the proper context, okay? Every time somebody critique you, that's not tearing somebody down. Take the Diddy situation. Take the Diddy situation. What the Diddler did should have been denounced. Should none of us have the cape on for the Diddler if we love our community, if we love the women in our community, okay? Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? We're not going, you know what I'm saying, take up for the Diddler or anything like that. No. The Diddler should not be taken up for. He should be denounced, and we should be teaching younger black males, young black men, that's not how you handle things with women when something don't go your way. I was always taught this in my family. Whether you love a person or you hate their guts, you send them back to their family just like they came to you in good health. Because just like we love you, they got people that love them too, that they want to see, and they want to see their loved one return home, okay? So when it comes to the Diddler, that's the mindset we should take. So now, here's where I would really have a problem with some of what Kevin was saying. And see, this is what a lot of people didn't understand about his running buddies over there in the manosphere. Kevin's main channel was mostly relationships, fashion, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Self-improvement for black men early on. But when he went on other podcasts, that's where you started to see some of his more political views and persuasions come out, being that he was a conservative and a Republican. Okay, this is the truth. Not going to make nothing up on this man. What I'm about to play from you here is when him and Donovan Sharp was cool. And yes, you know Donovan Sharp is one of the biggest coons on the internet. Yes, he is, but they used to run together for a time. But keep in mind what I said, being that Donovan had some, basically, Donovan is a wannabe white supremacist. I'm just going to call it what it is. Kevin had a predominantly black audience. If you are familiar with Donovan Sharp's content on his main channel, on his personal channel there, then you understand why Kevin was like, hey, man, I can't do that. We cool or whatever, but I can't have you on my platform. See the names that I'm naming to a lot of you, especially you sisters that just latched on to him when he was famous. Yeah, and Thomas Sowell is another one, Bruce. You're right. See, look, there's no way I'm going to put a Thomas Sowell on a pedestal when we got a Dr. Claude Anderson still living. You hear me? But in them conservative spaces, a lot of times they're not around a lot of black people, and they start trying to take on the ideology and thought process of people in white society. Problem, as a black man in America, that does not work for us. We don't have the same reality that they do. And the minute that you start trying to pretend that we do have the same reality, then you are highly mistaken, and them folks will show you better than you can tell you. So now, I'm going to play this clip, and I'm going to stop it at portions where Kevin is talking. And I'm going to break down what I agree with, that he has a point on, and then I'm going to point out the things that he get completely wrong and that's actually dangerous when you're trying to talk to young black men about being a black man in America and what we have to deal with. Let's get into it.
But if you think race first or race always, is he doing this to me because I'm black?
The stimulus checks are here, so I'm relaunching Womanies Volume 4, which has over 250 hours of bonus content. I'm also relaunching Womanies Audio, which is less than half the price of the video version. Link in description.
You know, as I peruse around YouTube, and especially how I kind of met you, is I met you in the black manosphere, the Negro manosphere. And one thing that I noticed that far too often, when guys are not successful in their personal life or professional life, race tends to come up a lot for non-black men. And here's the thing, there's a kernel of truth to almost every objection, but it's more than about race. We've talked about even something as simple as dating. You know, there's that thing called the swirl movement where black women are talking about dating out. And then, but here's the thing, I want men to become the best version of themselves, period, and then let the highest caliber woman of all stripes vie for their attention. You want to be the #1 draft pick at your position, and in that it's not about race, because you think about back in NFL quarterbacks, they used to say black men couldn't.
Okay. Now, again, rest his soul. Not going to disrespect this brother in death. Wouldn't do that, but I'm going to tell the truth about where we have issues in the statements he's making. I get the context that he's making the statements in. But see, I've had conversations with other brothers offline that have this same ideology. I say, listen, man, as a black man in America, especially if you are a black father, it is highly irresponsible to tell black children that race doesn't matter, take race off the table and all of that. And then what are you talking about in the NFL? Oh, race definitely matters in the NFL. Oh, yes. Some of you know I have professional athletes in my family. Oh, yes, the hell it does matter. Don't you let nobody tell you different. Basically, what Kevin was trying to do, he was trying to say, let's just go ahead and break down what he's saying. Basically, Kevin was trying to say that, okay, don't be a person that's underskilled or a person that, you think you're supposed to just show up and then everybody just roll out the red carpet for you, be qualified. That's basically what he's saying before you resort to talking about racism. Here's the problem. As black people, we can be overqualified on any job, trying to get into any college, whatever the case may be. And if them folks in charge, race is going to be a factor. It always is. Case in point, right now, and I really wish the brother Kevin was still here. Because, see, I'm the type of person, I wouldn't celebrate this man's death. Anybody that I've ever critiqued on this channel, I don't wish no death on them. If I have a conflicting ideology, I would rather you be alive so we can, I can critique you. We can possibly go back and forth on it if the occasion arises. But I wish Kevin would have been alive to give his take on the Caitlin Clark situation. Now, as many of us been saying, and I'm probably the only person that's calling this, because I see some people in these spaces trying to do the Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. I'm calling Caitlin Clark the great white note, because that's what she is. All this, she's a great player. Yeah, she's got skills as a player. Great. You scored points. At the end of the day, we're remembered by greatness on team sports or even in single competition sports, not by how much effort we put in. You are etched into the annals of greatness and halls of fame based off your wins. Name for me a time that you've ever seen them rant and rave about a black athlete, male or especially a black female athlete, that had no wins and she got this kind of media coverage and media pussy. I ain't doing that bullshit that a lot of these Sambozos be doing with the Caitlin Clark thing. And some people that's not Sambozos trying to talk about, I ain't taking nothing away from Caitlin. She's a good player. Man, fuck all that. The bitch don't have no wins with a little lurch face looking ass. Yeah, I said it. And I meant it. I'm going to stand on it until she start winning. Now, when she start winning, that's a different conversation. You going to look over Angel Reese, the damn champion that came into the league as a champion, to give a loser all this shine, and they crying and whining about, she's not on the Olympic team. Man. Listen, at the end of the day, you can fluff up that hype all you want, but if you go into the Olympics and you trying to win gold, come on, man. You don't put losers in game time crunch situations like competing for the Olympics where you want to do your best and win the gold. It is what it is on that. So my point that I'm making, race does play a factor. We seen it right here in 2024 with that Caitlin Clark Angel Reese situation. Okay? Now, regarding the workplace that Kevin was talking about here, again, I understand what he's trying to say. But when you become the black man or black woman that tell yourself, it's not about race, you set yourself up and you playing a dangerous game, because whether you want to believe it or not, every day on your job or wherever you at with them folks, they always got their mind on racial differences, okay? They always do. They may not call you nigga to your face or none of that. Listen, how many of y'all have ever had to deal with this where you working on one of them jobs and then, man, here come Becky or whatever, or Brad, running to human resources complaining about you because you just showed to do your job and you not finna tell them all of your business? What'd you do this weekend? Oh, nothing, just relax, just chilling. What you do this weekend? And then they'll sit there and, fake smile on your face. Then the next thing you know, Project Leroy, he's being combative on the job. Now, you ain't said a crossword to these people. He's just not approachable. Or ladies, or don't let it be no attractive sister that the white men start looking at on these jobs. Oh, you already know the hell you finna catch. Oh, boy. Look at Lakeisha. I saw her on Facebook. New outfit. Comes to work with her hair did all the time. Look at my hair. I've got lice in my hair. I can't style my hair like Lakeisha. Oh, my God. Oh, she's getting attention from Chad. I wanted to get attention from Chad. Damn it, I'm going to HR. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Sisters, y'all know what I'm talking about. You telling me that ain't about race? Real shit. So it's like, look, man, Kevin, you know what I'm saying? Rest in power to you, brother. That's where I would disagree with you at. And see that a lot of black conservatives tend to hold that view and tell themselves that. But all you got to do, see, let's go here before I let the brother Kevin continue speaking in his own words. If you think it's not about race, let's look at the political sector. Whether it's Democrat or Republican, the only party that got close, and you can't really count it because Barack Obama is a damn tether. He's blackish. Okay, he's biracial, but classified as black here. They ain't gonna never pick. Why? Think about this. I'm gonna ask this question. We're gonna even skip the Barack Obama thing. Because that's as close to a black president you could say we had, if you want to count that. But watch this. I guarantee you'll never see this in America in either political party, Democrat or Republican. You will never show me a time where the two nominees, where their main nominee is a black man or a black woman, a foundational black American freedman man or woman, jet black, where you know that's a nigger, okay? Ain't talking about no biracial black person. Talking about just two black parents from the soil of our lineage, and you'll never see them have a black person from our lineage as the presidential nominee and a black vice president as the nominee. Male or female. You're not going to ever see that in the Republican or the Democrat Party. I guarantee you won't. Why? Because race is a factor. See, I would love for the brother Kevin to still be here so he could have a conversation with somebody like Ann Coulter. I would pay money to see that. Because you saw what she told Vivek. Vivek with his little Gumby haircut and his little Indian tap shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Doing his best little old Kerry Sambozo impression. And you saw what Miss Ann told him. That's right, Miss Ann. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you, Vivek. I would never vote for you because you're Indian. You're Indian. You're not white. Vivek, boy, I might, Kid Gravity be killing me when he be going in. Shout out to my brother Kid Gravity. He be killing me when he be going in on Vivek about that particular moment. Funny as hell. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Kid Gravity Young's channel. But that moment right there, look, I respect Ann for that because she said the quiet part out loud. She's like, look here, all this other stuff, I'm too old to be playing these games. Let me just tell you, Vivek, to your face what we got you for now. You know, she didn't say all this, but basically, she was letting him know, look, you over here to be a buffer class for the Negroes. That's it. You're not going to be leading none of us. Because, like, let's just keep it above. Most of white America knows this. They do not even want to be taking orders from a black person in a superior position on the job, let alone the damn presidency. So, see, but when you look at Lil Vivek and the rest of them, and little Chicken McNugget heads like Larry Elder, that man looks like a mutant Chicken McNugget with eyes. Yes, he does. Okay? Or the little shaved testicle head Tim Scott, and the rest of these delusional bastards that think that they're going to get majority white votes to be president. I don't care whether it's the Republican Party or Democrat Party. These white folks, if they were really going to be honest, they'd be like, look, man, we're not trying to be under the leadership of no black president. We don't like you being supervised over us on our job. You think we're going to put you in the highest office in the land and have to look at your black ass up there? The only reason they put Barack Obama in there because he was a selected puppet and he didn't have no connection to our lineage. And you saw what the hell they gave him because, see, look, the strategic anti-black racists, they're like, yeah. And see, boy, they had a lot of us food in America. They did. I ain't vote for the bastard. Because I was just like, no. I started seeing some things, so I didn't. But the strategic white supremacists like, look, it's just like integration. We don't like the niggers neither. But he can mislead a bunch of them, and we can push a bunch of policies through to hurt their community through him, and then turn around and tell them they voted for it. Now, the hard, old school, crimson neck, anti-black racist, white supremacists, they're like, fuck that nigger. I don't care. You lie. Remember that when the little Alabaster jumped up in the middle of the session while the president, I've never seen that in my life. The president, they cut the fool with each other in the Senate and in Congress. You lie. He let that hate out, boy. He let him know how you really feel. Lydon was doing it. And yet this motherfucker stayed in office the whole time and didn't do nothing for Black America. Oh, he did plenty for LGBT and, did plenty to militarize the police. Yeah, shout out to the 1033 program. Them blue alert laws with his big-eared ass. And see, this is what makes a lot of other people mad. Before we get back to Brother Kevin here, a lot of people don't like the fact that I don't put Michelle Obama on the pedestal. Now, why? Common sense. If she married Barack, she got the same mindset towards Black people that he do. Women don't marry men they don't have anything in common with. We all know that if a woman marries a man, that's because she respects his ideology and his beliefs. Just because she's of our lineage doesn't mean, look, I'm going to go ahead and call her cool. You damn right. You didn't hear her speaking out against anything Barack said when he was chastising us in the out of pocket. Of course, I wouldn't expect her to. All I'm saying is, in order for them to be husband and wife, they got to agree on most of that shit. I don't cut her pass. You see what I'm saying? But my point is this. It is always dangerous in Black America to be talking about take race off the table. You can't do that and be operating with any common sense. Case in point, remember in Texas a few years ago, I forget the brother's name, but you remember he was down there and he went to go shake the police hand and they blew his ass away? Oh, he didn't think it was about race either. I just don't want our people to have to learn the hard way with that. That's why I'll never play games with comments talking about taking race off the table or none of that. But I'm going to let the brother Kevin finish his statement. And, like I said, I get what he was trying to say, but over here in these new Black media spaces and the Black grassroots, we don't play these kinds of games. Let it continue.
Play quarterback.
Right. So Warren Moon came along.
Warren Moon, Doug Williams,
Randall Cunningham.
Cunningham. But now it's not even a question. Now it's like, that's silly. Well, that's where I want guys to get to. I'm about taking all the excuses away from a guy that they can't control. And being race is one that too many guys can fall back on and say, well, I can't date Becky because.
Now, see, I would have loved to have the opportunity to ask Kevin when he was talking about the NFL and talking about taking race out the equation, basically trying to say it's all about merit. Okay, Kevin, if you really believe racism is a factor, I would have asked the brother this, where he's still alive. Then tell me why we don't see more Black team owners, because there's Black men out there with money enough to buy NFL teams. Or they'll let you play. They'll give you a few coaching jobs here and there. The Black ass ain't finna own them one of them teams, though. I bet you that in the NBA or the NFL. They not playing that game. I'm like, Kevin, you gonna tell me that's not about race? Because if you got the money to purchase a team and they refuse to sell you one, what other thing could it be? See, you have to know the right question to ask when you're talking to somebody that had this mindset, because it's not hard to challenge them on it. Because if you live in, see, look, a lot of the Black conservatives that do that with that mindset, because y'all see, we're finna see where he's going when he's talking about this dating thing. And we're going to really get into that. A lot of the Black conservatives, what they try to do, they know racism is there. Even when you hear them talking about ain't no why, they know racism is real. They experience it. What it is, they think, okay, if I just ignore it, it'll go away. And it doesn't. There is no such thing as ignoring any problem and solving it. That does not happen. Okay? It doesn't. And in this situation, ignoring that, white supremacy, anti-Black racism could cost you your life. But I'm going to let the brother get back to speaking here. I want y'all to hear his mindset on when it comes to interracial dating.
She doesn't like Black guys. And you've talked about strip club game, escort game. I used to love to hunt escorts and strippers that said
all day long,
no Black guys, don't want no African Americans, please. I wanted to get those too, just to prove to myself and them it's not about race. So that's why I kind of wanted to get into it, because if we take race away from all guys, then they got to really look themselves in the mirror and say, am I really the best version that I can be? And can I get out there and compete? Guys, here's at the end of the day.
See, here's the flaw with that logic. One, if your self-esteem as a black man is where it should be, you shouldn't want anything to do with a woman of another race that's telling you, I don't deal with black men. See, it's not about proving that you can get her. You placing your life in danger when you let your guard down and start dealing with them like that. Because see, if you keep, who's to say that she like, okay, nigga, I done told you. Let me go ahead and pretend like I'm going to deal with you. And when we get out somewhere, I'm calling Jim Bob and Bubba. And they're going to bring some rope and string you up. And for anybody to say, oh, you reaching, you going to tell me you forgot about all those hangings that was taking place and they would rule them as suicides? Huh? How you think they got most of these black men? That had to be a factor in it, luring them there because they thought they was cool with their white buddies, and especially a white woman. And then here comes Jim Bob and Bubba, who chances are friends with the police, and they're going to cover it up and they'll just say it was a suicide. These things are real. See, one of the things about it, the difference between the black manosphere and new black media spaces, they always try to say, oh, ain't no white supremacy in it. Anytime you talk about black empowerment, God, black power and all that other stupid shit, talking about burning down the community and all of that. Okay, all of that's cute until the white folks show you they're not playing with you, and then who the first people they looking at? Yeah, I'm going there, and I ain't saying all of the black manosphere. I'm talking about the ones that applies to, okay? So now, and see, here's the other thing, Kevin. Rest your soul, man. You can't take race off the table in America because we don't run the systems here. The system of white supremacy is controlled by white people. You can say take race off the table, but you're not going to do it in their system. There's no way you can possibly do that. That's a nice sentiment. Yeah, of course, you're not saying, and see, this is another thing a lot of them in the black manosphere like to say when we talk about white supremacy. They think that we're saying that, and it's very asinine because if they listen to any of us, they would understand we're not saying that just because white supremacy and anti-black racism exists, that you just hold your head in your hands and cry in the sand and, oh my God, I can't do that. None of us ever tell you over here. None of us in these spaces where we got large platforms or small ever tell you ain't gonna never be able to accomplish anything because of white supremacy. No, we tell you that it's a reality that you need to be aware of, and you're gonna be sabotaged. Because see, look at the turkey leg hut. Look at how they sabotage their business. See, it's easy to challenge people with that mindset because if you pay attention to what's going on, they're always trying to sabotage. Our brothers and sisters over there on the West Coast, they got all kinds of ordinances, and if a gang is close by in the community, they hitting their business with that, and they ain't got nothing to do with that. You see what I'm saying? They always sabotaging our businesses. We're the only group in America that they do that to. So respectfully, I have to critique that and say, no, that's incorrect. You cannot take race out the equation in America when you don't run the systems here. Just let it continue.
You need to be able to step in the ring with anybody and know you can compete. And if you can't, you need to do more work. You can't say he beat me up because he was white. He beat me up because he was Asian. No. Take race off the table. And the way you take race off the table is you put yourself at the highest level. I'm going to say this
Here's the thing with that, Kevin. In a system or a job or whatever you want to call it, where it's a white supremacist that has decided that, nigger, you go no further, you working hard is not the answer to that problem. It's not, brother. I'm saying, when I say brother, I'm talking to anybody that think like that. I don't care if you black man or whatever. If you dealing with a anti-black racist or white supremacist that's somewhere where you working or whatever, you working hard don't put you at the top. You can say you're going to put yourself at the highest level as far as your performance. But if Jim Bob says, you know what? Yeah, nigger, you the best qualified for the job. And I see your credentials. I see them. But I'm going to bring in, my little stupid ass nephew here that dropped out of school. And I'm going to put him over you and he going to be your supervisor with no credentials. Tell me that don't happen all across black America, huh? Tell me that don't happen. Did I make that up? No, I didn't. So see, you know, it's a nice sentiment. I get what he was trying to do as far as like pushing black men to be successful and have high self-esteem. But no, the taking race off the table thing, that does not work in the real world. Let's let it continue.
For everybody who still wants to fall back on race is still an issue. Okay, I don't see any black professional athletes longing for any feminine attention of women of any stripes. If it really was race was that critical, it wouldn't matter what you had. I mean, I will say in corporate America, the higher up I went, I was the only black face around. I was in major account sales, national account sales. I was a national account manager. Basically, these are titles to where the higher up you went, the whiter in male it got. And here's the thing, I was there.
There you go.
And the funny thing is, the black people that were in customer service and in the telemarketing department who were doing this almost the same job I was doing, if they would have decided to come over here and compete, they could have done it too. But hey.
Now, see, I'm gonna stop it right here because this is something that I wish Kevin would have expounded upon when he was talking about, okay, the job that he had in corporate America and when he was going up. The whiter it got and the more male it got. Now, that's very true in those corporate environments. But you damn well better believe that if you are that good as a black person, man, or don't be no sister that's that good, you moving up the ranks. Kevin should have been honest and talked about how they tried to sabotage him too. Because it ain't, look, if the higher up you go in the ranks in corporate America and the whiter it gets, the more male it gets, they're not going to be like, ha, I'm happy there's a Negro up here. They're going to be like, how did we? Let me give y'all the real. When you are that talented black person and you got the credentials, you good at what you do and you work your way up and you get up there where it was lily white at and you the only one, they not, hey, congratulations, we got a black person up here. Just listen to how they always talk about woke and DEI today. Nah, in their mind, they're looking at it like, okay, I see you, Kevin. You're pretty good at those sales there, buddy. Then as soon as you walk away from them and they behind your back, God damn it. How did we fuck up and let this nigger up here? That's what they look at when one of us get into a neighborhood that's predominantly white, and I don't recommend that because that's where the white supremacists live, in predominantly white neighborhoods. But in a neighborhood where it's predominantly white, a business that's predominantly white, a job, whatever, just flying business class or first class. That's why they always be trying to ask you, and I don't answer them nothing. They start asking me that when I fly business or first class. So what do you do, buddy? I paint rocks and sell them. That's what I do. I'm a cheese salesman. I just say some stupid shit. Don't ask me what the fuck I do. If I didn't ask you what you do for a living, stay out my damn business. Now I talk about what I do with another black person, but I don't give them people no game. That's something I was taught that by my great-grandparents. You don't give them people no game because they're not giving us nothing. When they see you getting somewhere where they think you don't belong, they trying to go back to the drawing board and say, how did we fuck up? How did he make it through it? Who let this nigga up here? Okay, you're here, buddy. Now it's time to sabotage it. We're going to make you get out of here. Just wait, pal. You think you're up here with us. You see what I'm saying? That's the reality. That's how they really think. So, again, I understand what he was trying to say, what he was talking about, but no. It doesn't work like that in the real world.
Hey, I hear what you're saying, C in Vegas, but at the end of the day, when you see a woman, it's one-on-one.
That's right.
I am sorry. I've dated too many women you're the first guy I've ever been with. First black guy I've ever been with. Sure. Let me tell you another part of the reason that's such a negative thing. If it's always front of mind, you are almost always going to misread situations. If, let's say you have a coworker and you have a conflict and you just have an argument, but if you think race first or race always, is he doing this to me because I'm black? I mean, it becomes a rock around your neck. Here's the net of it.
Okay, so let's deal with what he said. Now, all of us that are intelligent adults know that any type of conflict that arises doesn't mean it's always a racial issue. However, with certain types of things that them folks start coming at you about and trying to be combative about, you be a fool to ignore the fact that you black and one of the few black people in that vicinity of whatever place. And that's usually the only time they get bold like that, when they got us in small numbers, or you the only one? What Kevin didn't realize was the flip side of that. Think about being the type of black person, you the one that walk around, oh man, ain't no racism. That was a long time ago. That was back. That's Jim Crow. Ain't no racism today. Okay, you tell yourself that. Problem. Them folks not thinking that way. Case in point, how do I know this? Besides all the things I already named? If race was not a problem, watch this. I'm going to show you how you shut this type of argument down. If race not a problem, why they ask what your race is on a job application? Come on now. It ain't no such thing as racism, and race doesn't matter. Take race off the table, right? Okay. Why is race a factor on your job application? If we were truly living in a merit-based society where race was not a factor, you would say, okay, I'll just find out what race the person is when they come in for the job. They wouldn't be asking you what, you see how much sense that makes? Oh, I'll go one better. Oh no, I'm just getting started with that. Because I want the young black people, men and women listening to this, to understand how you deal with anybody that's cooning, talking about take race off the table. Okay. And I'm not calling Kevin a coon in death. Okay. What I'm saying is this type of argument from those that are coons. If they think that you can take race off the table or race is not a factor, then tell me this. Why is it that just recently, and I'm going to be doing content on this, since race isn't an issue and it's not a factor, why is it that they denied that elder her reparations claim? One of the last two survivors, because the other brother died, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, for y'all that don't know, they denied them their reparations claim in the Supreme Court. The decision was, what was it, 8-1, 7-1? I saw the names of those judges. Oh, y'all know I'm going to be cooking like hot fish grease on that. I got to do it. I was very angry when I found out about that because, see, I never met that sister. All of my great-grandparents are gone, but I see her as one of mine. One of my great-grandparents. That traumatic hell that she had survived and doing, fighting for justice, holding on. That sister's, I think, 101 years old. And that goes to show you the demonic evil of them people, them folks. Gonna deny her justice claim. See, it would be one thing if you said, well, you know the whole argument, none of you were slaves, you're not slaves or what have you. Okay, all right. I could almost see you trying to make that argument, even though we know, no, that's not gonna fly because your clan ancestors earned all that wealth off the backs of my ancestors. So I'm not in agreement with that. I'm just saying for sake of argument, if they want to say, well, you was never a slave, we're not trying to pay y'all. Okay. If you gonna say that to her, though, how can you say that to her? Because she wasn't in slavery, but she experienced loss during Jim Crow, because that's when that took place. You trying to tell me of all people she's not worthy? See, no, that definitely is anti-black racism and white supremacy. And see, that's another thing why I try to caution people with these platforms. Now, I don't tell people what to do with their platform, but see, when they come to that bleed over from that Black manosphere space, notice that they only come to the platform where somebody's talking about women and critiquing women, but they're nowhere to be found when we talking about issues in the community like I just mentioned. Because they don't care about that. These are the people that run around saying burn the community down and all that other bullshit. Y'all know them phrases and saying. And for you sisters that don't worry, I got a broadcast coming on. We're going to break that section of the manosphere down. But believe it or not, it's some good dudes over there. The problem is they don't really call out their coons over there. They really don't. Everything centers around, okay, the women this, the women that, the women about the women, the women, the women. Let me tell you something. Anybody running around talking about black male first or black female first, SYSBM, all that other bullshit, life is about to take a turn in this country where you're not going to fare very well. Black men and black women that's got sense, keyword, black men and black women that's got sense need each other. We going to need each other to survive. We're not silly enough to play that game. It's things that we got to get accomplished together as a unit. Why am I saying that? Because these other groups, these anti-black buffer class groups, Asians, Arabs, East Indians, even the tether class, you can throw them in there, the continental and Caribbean and African tethers, okay, and I said tether class, I'm not calling all of them tethers. All of those, the white adjacent Hispanics, they work together with their women to practice anti-black racism against us. Therefore, common sense tells you that we cannot win that fight with just black men or just black women. We must be unified. This is why we don't do that goofy gender war shit over here, okay? That's why. So, again, going to that whole, if it's not about race, there's too many ways I can point out that it is always about race in America. Name one area out of the 9 areas of people activity that it's not about race. You can't do it. Not without making a fool out of yourself. So that's the point that I wanted to make about that. But we're going to let the brother finish up his statement here. Because like I said, we're going to get into the love, we're going to get into the hate, we're going to get into the brother's legacy, and I'm going to give my closing thoughts at the end of this.
Even if you go for the job and you don't get that one job, you still took your shot. It's no different than, let's just say me, Donovan, and a bunch of other guys went out and everybody saw the hot blonde and everybody wanted the hot blonde. And let's say Brad got the hot blonde, but I still took my shot and got the hot brunette. I'm still winning.
Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharp. Link in description.
All right, so now y'all probably wondering, GBS, why you left the commercials in there with Donovan Sharp? Because I wanted you to see that came from his channel. And in case you doubt anything that I'm saying, you can go check out Donovan's content for yourself and be like, oh, shit, this is some of the people that Kevin used to swim with. And you'll see why he didn't have them on his platform. Now, I could get into all the details about why everybody went their separate ways over there. I've gone into some of that on this channel here about why Minister Jap and Kevin went their separate ways. And it's the long and the short of it is just what I said. Kevin was trying to go somewhere else and see, let me clear this up. I remember when the brother Kevin hit 1 million subscribers and everybody was running around, Kevin done went mainstream. He went mainstream. I'm like, no, having 1 million subscribers on YouTube don't make you mainstream. Now, he was getting to that point when he started going on TV shows, Atlanta. Okay, you start going on, public interviews and stuff like that on mainstream stations. That's going mainstream. Getting 1 million subs on YouTube ain't mainstream. You had a lot of people that was confused about that and kept saying that. I'm like, not yet. Got the potential to get there. And if he would have, just think about it. If he would have put some of these coons and Sam Bozos on that he used to run with, and a lot of them that was talking shit about him and just wanted to eat off his plate, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have never had the success that he had that was starting to get. Because see, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Rest in peace to that brother Kevin, man. But I'm going to tell you what I wish he would have lived long enough to do. Because he really would have had the potential to do this. I wish Kevin would have lived long enough to take his show international. I'm talking about going to different countries, catching flights. You know what I'm saying? Look, now that shit right there, man. Yeah, now that's where he would have become an international household name. And to a certain extent, he is, because like a lot of the tether class, see, this is the fucked up part that Kevin couldn't control. He used the red meat strategy by, feeding the incels what they wanted to hear with certain comments, like I showed you here earlier. But what he didn't realize was that, okay, you're not going to be able to control how your audience misuse a lot of the stuff that you say. And one of the main demographics that love to latch on to certain things that he said, or a lot of them continental African tethers, oh boy, they look in their countries where they can go inside their women's head. Oh, they like certain types of things that he was saying. Okay. And I told you, Brother Kevin meant well in his own way. He did do good while he was here. Like I said, the brother did get people married. He did get people engaged. So for what it's worth, whether you love him, whether you hate the man, you got to respect what he was able to accomplish and what he did mean to certain people. You don't have to agree with everybody's ideology for somebody to respect them. For a lot of the brothers, he got their self-esteem up. He showed them how to dress like a grown man for success when you're trying to do things. So again, I can't take that away from him. Nobody ever can, unless you're going to just tell a bold-faced lie. And I think that's very distasteful when anybody, because you have a difference of opinion or ideology with somebody, you start lying on them, especially in depth, and especially to the point that you celebrate his death, okay? So, for what it's worth, I hope everybody got something from this broadcast tonight. I hope that you learned that, when it comes to critiquing somebody, make sure that you get the whole story, okay? Make sure that you ask questions and find out why certain people have the beliefs and ideologies that they have, okay? Make sure you do your research on that instead of just latching on to something when it's popular. Find out the origins of things. A lot of times you may be surprised, and it might help you get a better understanding of that particular brother or sister and what they believe in, okay? So with that said, family, thank you to everybody that joined us over here on the broadcast, everybody that contributed. Thank you very much for that support. This will be left up for people to review. I hope I cleared up some misconceptions and any questions that people had about, the brother Kevin's origin, how he started, why he made certain decisions that he did, some of the stuff that he was trying to talk about that was right, some of the things that he got wrong, some of the things that were distasteful. And I think I did it justice in a way without disrespecting this brother in depth, okay? I really, one of the things I'll close with is this. Black men, black people, period, but especially us as brothers, we got to take care of ourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're getting your exercise in. Try your best to eat right, even though we're in America with a lot of trash food. Do your best to not go overboard on the junk food. You know what I'm saying? And things like Red Bull and stuff like that, that's not good for your body. They said that the cause of death was high blood pressure, but, you can't really go by anything other than what the family tells you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say about that. But regardless, just take care of yourselves out here, okay? So with that said, salute to everybody. Black first, rest in peace, Brother Kevin. Whether anybody loved you, they hated you, you left a mark on this space, on the community, and internationally. And, for what it's worth, he meant different things to different people. And whatever you took from Kevin, I hope that it betters your life in a positive way and not a negative. Well, that said, salute to y'all, Black First. I will see you all in future content.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, Black, American culture. Like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
You look at all the boroughs, you got, Money Making Manhattan and Money Earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
What would you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican fleur as a rhyme. I never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, BX from the West Side. I am the first break dancer.
That narrative that hip hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip hop. Hip hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip hop.
The roots of hip hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
I know for a fact that the B-boy stance started from the guards, the 5%ers that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.